We all good?
We are live, man.
Sweet, sweet. Oh, there we go. What's up?
Hey, man. Nice to see you here.
Yes.
I'm really glad, to meet someone for my biggest challenge in my life, the Spartan race.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
it's happened in Pattaya, so like we see nothing what we always expect happen in Pattaya, but it's also a lot of sport competition and the challenges. So yeah. How's it going, man?
It's good, dude. It's good. Yeah, really good to be here. Good to chat with you.
Yeah, we just have few minutes of talk, so that's why I always try to keep starting on the podcast because we can, know each other on these things. And I think it's, for me the podcast is the best way to really communicate. It's like a normal conversation, and at the same time you want to show like your best on the same way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a conversation, so it's quite natural for everyone. Some people say like, how you can talk with people long like this? It's like you go to the bar and you talk for hours,
True, yeah.
How's your life, man? Active?
Yeah, it's real busy. A lot of training, a lot of coaching. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had the Spartan race here last month, which was really fun. So a lot of people that I coach participated, and and I want to hear how your experience was too, because I think that's always fun. Like when you meet someone who's new to this sport, like what their kind of takeaways from it are and stuff.
For me, like I told you also before, it's a challenge about my own shadow person and like possibilities what I can do. I'm 39, so it's also allowed me to motivate other people on this age, because I think many people like they stop be active in general, and it's hard for them to like even do small like a workout. So for me, keep going and try to do different things, even discovering new stuff. It's, I think, inspiration for me and for others, because I think many people don't know what is this exactly. Like many people think like they need to be looks like you to go there, right? They need to be to the top to go there.
Yep.
And I meet many people who are like coming there really for fun.
Yeah.
So they stop, make picture and everything, which is great, because it's like like how you can imagine better Saturday than on the place like this. So for me it's absolutely positive. I'm super fan of the be a proactive on doesn't matter what thing. So I will never judge anybody who do something because it doesn't matter. Maybe you are on the part of something, maybe you do it for fun, maybe you do it for picture, doesn't matter, but better to do this than sitting on this stupid tool.
100%, yeah.
So how you start? How like when did you start with your passion about this one, or like even being that active?
Yeah, it goes back. I think what you said first of all is super important though. Like knowing that, okay, you can look at some super fit girl or guy, but you can be out there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why I love the community I work with in Thailand, because it's all different ages, all different levels, and I think that the barrier to entry is actually quite low. It's just a matter of you actually wanting to try it yourself, right? And my whole motto with people is like push the limits, and it's not the limits that I'm assigning to you, it's whatever you think is possible for yourself, and then whatever you think is possible, extend beyond that, because most of the time it's just we're only limited by our self-limiting beliefs, right? And the minute that you start to get out there and actually experience something like a Spartan race, everything else in life comparatively seems so easy, right? And just like that feeling of getting out there, being under the hot sun, whether you're running fast, whether you're running slow, like we're all out there, pushing each other, and it's just such an amazing experience. So
yeah, absolutely.
I did my first one in Hua Hin. This was back in 2018.
Okay.
And I'd never heard of this before. Like my ex-girlfriend signed me up for this race and was like, we're going to do a Spartan race. And I went there, wearing like kind of street clothes and just had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
And I just remember crossing that finish line was like, wow, I feel alive. Like I want more of this in my life.
Yeah.
And it just kind of kicked me off on this path of like getting really into the training, looking at the top guys in the sport. How are they doing this? How are they preparing their body? And then just wanting myself to kind of be the best possible, like see where my potential is. And it's just taken down this, it's taken me down this path the last 5-6 years of training, and then starting this coaching business off the back of it. So it's been really amazing.
So it's also the part of the preparation for other people, right?
Yeah.
Like you do this because of course you get better on this one, and then you understand how you work. you know, how you prepare, what is the most effective way. I mean, like you said, you're watching other people, right? And it's allowed you to get experience, right?
Yep.
And but you know, in general, like you are always been active guy, like, you know, how it start in the general to be,
Yeah.
let's say, on the even average shape, you know?
Yeah. I mean, so I did grow up doing sports. As a kid, I played basketball, played soccer or football, and in high school, I was a runner. So I did cross country, track and field. I got a
Forrest
scout.
Gump.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's great inspiration, like the movies like this, you know, Run and everything. I think it's like everyone can find some part when they can be like they connect with something, you
For
know.
sure, yeah.
So I think that even the running, I see that it's growing community also about the, you know, runners in general.
It's getting more popular, man.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. Run clubs are kind of popping up all
Yeah.
over the place, and I think people are getting really into the running scene,
Yeah.
which is great. Like,
Yeah, I mean, in general, like, because you just go out. You just need to go out. You
Yeah.
just need to do, you know, like, you don't need to membership, you know.
No,
You don't need
it's-
to do nothing. You just go out,
just
you
put
know.
on your shoes, get out the door. Yeah.
I mean, on this day, it's super important. Like, of course, we have, you know, things connected with the personal training and everything. Last time, I've also girl who's a personal trainer, also about the bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So the podcast maybe will be like, you know, 1 month, but you know, like, I was on the gym and I was like, whoa, okay, someone is like really
Really
good
into it.
shape. So it's like, I'm interested, you know, I'm interested, like, what this person do, you know, like, what's the, you know, story behind, because, you know, many people, like, they don't know what they need to do to even be the part of Spartan race.
Yep.
I didn't know, like, exactly, like you said, the rules and everything, you know, but somehow you go and it's allowed you to push farther, much farther, right?
Yeah.
And many people don't know how to start, and I think I was interested to invite you
Yeah.
to, like, show also people, like, it's for everyone, you know, and you don't need to be, you can be the last, you know, and
Definitely.
it's super fine.
Definitely.
Many people are afraid to be the last, or like to don't know something, to don't know the rules and everything.
Yeah.
And like you said, you don't just go like normal clothes, you know, like
Yeah.
like, you know, come back from the, like, some bars, like, oh, there's
Yeah.
some race. Maybe if there will be walk in on the same day, maybe many people attend, you know,
Yeah,
like
true.
a Saturday day, it's like, oh, you doing something? Can I join? It'll be fun because it's allowed you to, you know, like, oh yeah, maybe it would be not that fun in the general, like, an organization, but, you know, I think many people just need to be pushed to experience.
100%.
You know,
Yeah.
and but it's harder and harder right now, and they say more people joining, but more people get so much distraction, you know.
Yeah.
So how is your distraction work for you?
It's kind of like what we talked off camera a bit.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think the whole reason that I'm really into OCR, Spartan Race, High Rocks, which we can talk about also, is like, to me, these are essential staples in my life to kind of combat this way that society's been with our phones, with this, like, dopamine addiction, this constant drip of softcore porn like we
Yeah.
see on Instagram, and just getting away from that in whatever way possible, and then just, like, figuring out a way to to push the body and make life just seem, again, more livable, more easy. Like, I think for me it's a huge remedy for kind of mental health. Like, I've definitely dealt on and off with depression in my life, and just being able to connect with my body in such a kind of demanding physical way, it's honestly been life-saving to me as well.
So what was the story about this one?
Yeah, I mean, it just goes back to, like, I guess, you know, a lot of people when they go off for university and they're leaving home for the first time, you know, it's sort of like a big transition in your life. And for me, I went to school pretty far away from where I grew up, and I've always been, like, a really shy, kind of introverted person, and I think I just wasn't ready for that big change. And, you know, it's homesick, and it was really dark and depressing in the winter, like, just super cold, and I just had a bad experience, man. Like, I just went through a couple of years of, like, not exactly suicidal, but having really dark, depressive thoughts, and I've always found that, running, and then I guess now OCR and all the stuff that I do now is just really helpful in, like, combating those thoughts. And I try to do it, you know, obviously there's other ways, there's medications, there's talk therapy, there's a lot of remedies for people out there, but I think exercise is one of the most underutilized tools that we have at our disposal, right? And for me, again, I just always tell people, like, it can be really life-saving if you take up the discipline and really challenge yourself every day, because you just feel so good after it. Like, most days you don't want to go put on your shoes, you don't want to go for a run, you don't want to go for the gym, but you almost never regret it. Like, the minute you finish that run, the minute you finish that gym session, life is just a little bit better.
Yeah, like it's for me, it's absolutely supposed to be like a default. Like you just do it and the standard. Like whatever you have a bad day, good day, you just do it,
Yeah.
right? So it's definitely for many people, even on your side, was the experience like semi-depressed, and some bad days and everything. You can call this whatever you want, but it's everyone experienced this.
Yeah.
So on my case, it's always like you just need to do it because it's connected with many things. The health is connected with many things. It's your blood system. It's a dopamine. It's absolute everything. The outcome. It's also like you looks good. You feel good, right? And then in general, like it's give you 1,000 other reasons, but we don't see this like constant.
Yeah.
So that's why many people don't go there, and because like they don't see the like benefits like on the even long term and everything. So you need to like find a strategy to keep going, to start again, like, and later you're tired. Sometimes people go too much and everything, which is also big part, right? If you go and say, oh yeah, I go to gym, and people go too hard. So I have many coaches who like told me like, relax, you want to come tomorrow? I say yeah. So see you tomorrow. It's like when you want more,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because at the beginning, like you're like fire and everything, but it's easy to give up. Maybe that's why on the January there's many people from the
they're back in the gym.
the New Year resolution,
That's
right?
it, yeah.
Yeah, they just want to try it and then change life in one day.
Yep.
And I think it's also not the point, but it's good to do something, So what's your strategy, even for the people who start? Do you have a lot of newbies as well?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I always tell people like, motivation, it's easy to get. It's also really easy to lose. And what you need to be building is the discipline and consistency. And I always try to start people off with like figuring out what their sort of version of success is for themselves. For you, it could be, losing weight. For me, it could be winning a Spartan race. It doesn't really matter, but the point is to really kind of work back from that, figure out what's a realistic plan to help someone get there, and what are the strategies we can use to actually help someone stay committed to that process. Because there's going to be inevitable bumps in the road, right? Maybe you're sick, maybe you got to take a few days off here and there, but then the question is, how do you get back on track right after? Maybe you're traveling, maybe some family issue comes up.
So how to come back?
Yeah, how do you get, that's the golden question.
Yeah,
right?
because it's happened to me, right? It's even about the after Spartan race, a few injuries and everything. So I need to stop with BJJ and everything, right? So 2 weeks, and I think like, do I need to push myself that hard? Because then my breaking time, my break time and the recovery takes so long, so you just lose the motivation, you lose the body and everything, you lose the vibe. So I'm thinking like, do I need the challenge and everything? So maybe that's why also many people gave up, because
Definitely.
they have too much pain, and they don't feel they don't feel the positive things what they can get, right? So
Right.
It can be the reason. So how you can pass these things? You have some advice?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I like having, I think there's external and internal mechanisms you can use. Like externally, I love that there are so many different events around, especially Thailand. So I feel like the minute that you finish a Spartan race, there's already going to be another one in Phuket, for example, in like 2 months, right? So that's coming up in like 8 or 9 weeks.
Yeah.
So training already should have started yesterday. If it didn't start yesterday, it should start today, right?
Yeah.
So I use those with people all the time. But then it's also just finding, again, like what really matters to you, like, and this could be very personal for people, like, a lot of people, I'm sure it's the same in your family, like people deal with obesity and diabetes and all sorts of chronic disease. And I like to kind of use those as like, let's look to the future. Let's not look just 3 months ahead. Let's look down the road. What happens what's the consequence of not doing something today? And what's going to happen if we take that out another couple of years? This could very well be you, like your Uncle Joe or like, you don't want to be like that, because
So you use the like negative outcome from this.
A little bit,
like
yeah.
A stick and carrot, right?
kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
it's I don't try to get super like, you don't want to be like fear mongering with people, but at the
Yeah,
same time, like, especially where I'm from in the U.S., like it's just the reality of the situation. Like a lot of people are super overweight, super unhealthy, have all these metabolic conditions, and
So what's the limit? Because I also have like a conversation with my friend. Like if someone have their life when you see they are really struggle and they eat bad, they don't work out and everything, and it's your friend or your client and everything.
yeah.
Where's the the red line to not cross, but to still be able to help this person? Like, what's your limits to be like, soft and be hard to
Yeah.
someone? If you see this person need help or need some motivation or needs, sometimes stronger words or whatever to
Yeah.
motivate this person. What do you think about this one?
It's so tough. I mean, I think a lot of it's really listening to them first. Don't just go in and impose your own beliefs on someone, because maybe they don't want that help, or your background and the situation you have isn't going to resonate so well with them. So I think it's really trying to understand where they're coming from. Doesn't mean you have to have walked in their shoes, but you have to at least be sympathetic and understand what they're going through. And then a lot of it's just like really being a friend and figuring out, what's the current environment they're in. Maybe we can help you, take away some of these late night snacks if that's the problem,
Yeah.
like, clearing out the pantry.
Close 7-Eleven for a while.
Yeah, in Thailand, that's a huge issue though. It's like, we have literally the worst kind of food at our fingertips if we want it. And
Yeah.
so it's like, how do you...
And we have, but also in Thailand we have the best food
We have
if
the
you
best
want it.
as well. Yeah, and that's actually the difference.
Yeah.
In Thailand, it's quite easy compared
Yes.
to some places, right? So
In US, like it's I did never been in US, but like conversation and from experience what I hear, it's even if you want, it looks like the cheap. I mean the food what you have access is basically the worst food.
Yeah.
And the cheapest food is the worst food. Here is basically the cheap food is good food. You can
Exactly.
get the noodle and you can put a lot of veggies and everything, and you pay like $2.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you can buy absolutely 24 hours everywhere.
Yep.
So the access it's much easier here, which is big part. Also, like I'm the big fan of the weather here. The sun, vitamin D, and everything. Are you also understand the concept of the getting sun, because
100%.
many
Super
people like
important.
even Thai people, Asian, like they escape from the
Yeah,
sun.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
hey man, like you need to have
Yeah, you
sun.
need that. You need
Yeah.
the vitamin D. Absolutely.
And many like we have this many good stuff, and like you said about your depression when you're in the US, it's many times connect with the weather.
For sure.
The
For sure.
vitamin D and the like how you feel and the the vibe and everything. It's
Yeah.
not about the people. It's basically sun.
It is, yeah. I mean, I was because I went to school in upstate New York, and it was like basically cold and dark from like this time of year until April. So like
Yeah.
half the year. And that was always the time where, in my mind, I didn't really make that connection because I was 19, 20 years
Yeah.
old, right? But now I think looking back, like that's also why I love Thailand too, is like the weather is amazing. I always feel better here.
Yeah.
And just being active outdoor. I mean, I went for a great run this morning. Like just a great way to start the day.
How many kilograms? I mean kilograms and like how many kilometers you both? How many kilograms you have and how many?
Yeah,
kilometers
it was just a chill 10K, man. Yeah, just
Okay.
nice
Chill
10K
10K,
run.
okay.
So I mean, for me, it was good, and just getting outdoors and like it sets the tone, for the rest of the day. So
yeah, because you make us on the Spartan 10K. I make 21.
yeah,
But I make only 20. I make 21 because next day was the kid, and so I cannot make the 10K.
Yeah, you
So
had to
because
go-
I want to
go
support
watch.
my kid, and then so I said, oh, I'm good 21. It's like damn, like I said, okay, I'll do it.
yeah.
And
Well,
I ran 21K before. It was hard.
yeah, how was like your experience, like during the race and then crossing the line? Like, what were you feeling? What were you thinking?
So basically, I didn't expect I can do that obstacles because I didn't check the obstacles so much. So I didn't realize like I'm able to do. But basically, I did well. Even about the I forgot the hang.
Yeah, the
and
monkey
everything.
bars
Even
and
the rope.
rings.
The climb of the rope. I didn't know I can do as well.
Nice.
Because I didn't prepare myself. Because I was quite busy, like always, like I do BJJ and everything. But it's like I still need to try and adjust. That's why important with me to to talk with you about this one, because even about the schedule and everything, because it's very individual. Like we need to like you have a client, so you need to talk to them like what they really want, what they need. About your activity, about the lifestyle and everything, because everyone works different.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also important to show them like what it's like going sleep on the good time. It's also a big part. Like the sleep is the best, recover and the
Yeah.
base medicine on the world.
For sure.
And if you don't use this, it's like no matter how active, what you supplements you take it, like
Yeah, it
it's
doesn't matter. Yeah.
it would be hard. That's why like. For me, even about the part, like what I experienced on the Spartan race and everything, it was also connect like with my like like how I live and everything. So then I realized like my personality is like I don't give up. So I think this was big part of this one. I'm super ultra, like competitive. Like I really like to challenge with the people. So that's why I was with the surprise. I didn't know what start which time. So I chasing for someone, but I don't know what time they start. But I forgot about this one. But then I realized many people like really struggle with the heat and everything, and I think it's a big factor of this one. Like many people also don't go because of the heat.
Right.
So they're not used to. They say it's wrong because of the sun and everything. And that time was really dangerous. So I really more worried about the people. Later I even slow down, help other people and everything. And but yeah, I think I just push. I just push and keep going. And I try to like just finish, to be honest. And I didn't know the result would be like this. So I was really positive surprise. But for me it's something what people need to push to go there. Like you need to have someone who push you to try it. Like that's why I have people like I said, just go there, just bro, like if you don't like me or we don't don't like yourself, or you think you like this one, just go. Because many times it's hard to explain someone what is this, because you cannot say be like this, because everyone can have different experience. But I think everyone need to have people or like find someone, because I'm a big believer to basically build your life with someone. I mean, you need to have people around you. Many people don't have one person who support them. And this is a big problem. That's why we have the fucking phones. We have the online things. We have the OnlyFans shit and everything, because that you feel lonely. And if you don't have anybody who can tell you like push you towards someone, on from taking out from you, it will be hard. So that's why when I get experience, then I understand what is this, and I can recommend someone like, bro, try it. Go 5K. So I take my daughter, take my friends and everything. I say go 5 kilometers. Go 10. Go this one, and they they do, right. And everyone have of course the 5 kilometers. Like, oh, how was it? I was like running and she said like, oh, it's nice. I meet so many people. We make pictures. It's like a picture, like I was dying, there, like I try to save my survive, and like you make pictures and it's different experience.
It's totally different.
So like for me it's like you need to push people, and I that's why I think your part is also to show people like it's for everyone. Because sometimes when I even look your pictures on the Instagram, on the Facebook, I see on the Facebook, it's like like you think like this kind of things only do guys who looks like this.
Right.
So sometimes it can show like a big difference. Like,
Definitely.
oh, I'm not go there because I'm fat, or dude, so it's not for me. I can die on this. Like, no, you can basically walk the 5 kilometers. Will be fine. Start from this, And I think people need more conversation like this, so people realize like, oh yeah, I was not always like this.
Yes.
Oh, I'm 40 years and I'll do it like this. Bro, you can walk, you just meet new people and everything. So you need to find the way to push yourself. So this is my experience. That's why I'm doing this one, to be, like what is this? One day, right? Like it's nothing, right? So basically I will not die, and I have more experience, and I can use the experience to talk with other people who have bigger problems, who don't know how to start, who even family who struggle with some heart problem and everything. So take my father, go even for 5 kilometers and go together, It's beautiful, and many people don't do it this one because they don't know this one. So I think even on the Spartan race, we can say it's popular, but to be honest, it's not popular. We see it's like 99% people never attend, never go, and never see what is this and everything. We can see the community growing big, but it's still a very close circle. Like million people sitting on the TV, 100 people go on the to do something in life. So I'm really big fan to just promote this, because I believe this is the great meeting and the event, everything, and you can show as a fun, not like struggle, but fun, and start from this. Even if walking, a few kilometers every day. I have basically daughter when she, it's a big challenge for me also, because I'm not always with her right now, so I don't know what she eat. Like even if I think I have on control, you never know what they do on the school, which I'm like I fail on this one because I didn't know how much money she have, what she can buy and everything, and I didn't realize like how she can like gain weight, like this. Like I looks like I know everything, right? And I like trying to control this one, but I say, oh, it's cool, damn, like, because I didn't realize why she gained weight when I know everything, even spend with her time. She don't eat much, she don't drink this, she don't drink this. Like, how?
Yeah.
How, and that's cool, So it's many people have this, like even about the diet and the food and everything. You don't know what you eat, like
True.
even if you think you eat, oh, just rice and this one, it's like, yeah, but how much rice, how much this, what kind of
Right.
food, what do you add to the food? Even the Thai food can be unhealthy,
Yeah,
put
yeah, all
sugar,
this, yeah,
and
seasonings.
everything,
Yeah, right.
So yeah, my Spartan race, like I'm big fan of this for sure, and I'm that's why I want to invite people to promote this, like for
Yeah.
normal people, and because you start like you said in Joaquin, and it makes you who you are right now. So you start basically yeah,
100%.
like it was not your plan to be
No,
on
not
this
at all.
position.
Not
So
at
I
all.
think many people can start from this,
Yeah.
and maybe from this they meet someone who be just running, or maybe it will be walking Saturday together or 5 kilometers with their friends, right?
Yeah.
It can start from this, and I think it's a great community when people can come, and it should be also like more also family oriented, which I can maybe like recommend whatever. For sure, there's even like this because they always you can inspire other people, even like a Sunday walk, Sunday jog, and everything, right? So this one will be cool because I need to I go with my daughter and then like trying to help her and everything, like a support. And I see like it's the family like like obese family sitting there and cheering for the kids like go together guys take your
yeah.
kid
Yeah.
not like your kid must be like a judo karate like a
Right.
dance and everything and you don't care. You said you should do it this one and you are fat
Yeah.
so I think it's important for the both side
I
don't
think that's a good idea actually, like a
right
Spartan family event or something.
right
Yeah, I think that
should
makes
be
a lot of
right
sense.
yeah so yeah maybe we can start some
Yeah,
movement
yeah.
because it's easy right
It is. Yeah.
and I think it's important right now for the both side because we forgot how to tell kids how to talk with the kids and telling them do something but at the same time like say read more books
Right.
like
Right.
don't sit too much on the phone. I tell you don't
Yeah,
sit too
yeah.
much on the phone like, and they don't do it this one right
Yeah.
so we are like me and her mother like we are active it's like oh it's weird like our daughter is like obese and we're like fit right
Yeah.
so something wrong right on this side the same on the other side yeah so how about your experience with Spartan do you do it like constant all the time everywhere on the world
Yeah, for me, it's. I mean, it's like I told you. Like since I first started it, I just got obsessed. Like, I guess I sort of
you never skip any
no. Well, I mean, there was the whole COVID thing, and like obviously things got
yeah.
shut down. But like basically, as long as races have been in Asia, like I've been committed to kind of traveling around and doing as many as I can. So like I've competed in South Korea, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Vietnam. Yeah, like all over the place, basically. Philippines. And for me, yeah, it's just like it's a huge community in Southeast Asia, and like knowing all the different guys and girls around is fun, and it's kind of part of my identity, who I am. And I think what you said earlier is really important. Is like, yeah, someone could look at me and say like, oh, I'm not like that guy. He's he was built for this, but like I've made myself
yeah
that, right? And I understand that sometimes maybe that's sort of demotivating for people because again, it's like you can place a barrier between who you are and who I am. But at the same time, like we all start from nothing, right?
Yeah.
It's the same as me looking at some multimillionaire. Like, how did he get all of his money,
Yeah.
right? Like that guy.
And you
Worked,
still have there's people who are you can learn from them you can be they are better than you always
Yeah,
so
definitely.
it's the same things
yeah,
so there's always someone look like oh yeah I want to be there I want to be better and
For
everything.
sure.
And if you're the best you can always beat yourself so
true. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
mean, I think like, but what's just been so much fun for me is like the last couple of years, I've created this community, Thailand OCR, and it's just all about getting people in the door, getting them to show up. You don't have to be the best. I just want people to come and enjoy this experience and really try to push themselves. And the whole end goal is, try to get people at these events signing up, just whether or not you walk, whether you run, whether you do all the obstacles, whether you don't. Like the idea is just to get you out, out of your comfort zone, pushing your limits and hopefully changing your life for the better.
so basically like you do this one in Bangkok right so
Yeah.
you have a community on Bangkok based also on some gym or it's like separate things
Yeah, it's mainly just out of the park actually. So
Yeah.
kind of old school, but like with Spartan, you don't need a ton of equipment. So I do work with a gym now, and we do some of the training for that inside a gym, but most of it's outdoor. A lot of just like group running sessions, just helping people work on some of the basics. Like if you've done Spartan, a lot of it is moving your body through time and space. So running, walking, whatever that is, building up your stamina.
Yeah.
It's mainly an aerobic based sport. But then on top of that, you have to have really good grip strength to get
Yeah.
through these obstacles. you have to be able to master your body weight, climbing, crawling, pushing, pulling. So just working on basic kind of body weight strength. So it's kind of fun. Like everyone to me is a bit of a puzzle piece. You got to figure out what their strengths or weaknesses are, and kind of like tailor things individually for them. Like, okay, maybe this guy needs more running. Maybe he's strong enough, but he needs more to build up his aerobic base. Maybe she already is, she has that, but now she's got to get stronger. So it's figuring those out, figuring those things out for people, and just trying to make sure that they're able to do it. And it's tough because I think people naturally, we like to do what we're good at. So, some people, they're just better at running, right? They're just, it comes more easy to them. Some people can walk in the gym. You see some of these guys, they're able to just like go and deadlift like 2-3 plates right away, right? But then you got to work on your weaknesses as well. So that's why I love Spartan OCRs. Like it exposes your weaknesses,
it's
right?
everything, yes,
Yeah. So you kind of have to be like a good, well-rounded athlete that way, which is something I really enjoy.
Yeah, and I think you are the like holistic athlete, right? Like
try to be, Try to be like my background's more running, so I've had to really work on the strength side of things. But I like the challenge, man. Like I think it's fun to be to push your body in these different ways, and to me, like what's cool is then any training is going to help you towards your goals. Whereas if you're just a runner, you probably don't need to be in the gym doing that much stuff. If you're just a bodybuilder, you probably don't need to be out running that often, right? Or at all. But with Spartan or OCR or High Rocks, like you got to be doing everything.
Yeah. I see also like more even people in the gym, like they do the cardio, and I realize like it's also more about the like a real like oxygen on your fucking head and everything, because it's totally different when you run, and like even breathing and everything was totally different, and I think it's like it's been more promoted for the like bodybuilders, even like cardio, like I mean in general, not like a super pro, but the people who go gym, like they also do the cardio, and I realize it's a big factor of everything, and I met many people, and I was like, oh yeah, but my cardio is shit, like they're definitely 5 minutes I'm dying, and you see it's also in the martial arts, which is super connect with the cardio, and you have and the people have a more information, like being a big dude and everything. It's not mean you are strong, you win, because you have a stamina for like cardio for like 5 minutes, right? And
true.
then we see more and more things like this, like, oh my god, how these dudes can be like beat some strong and muscle and everything. It's happened in the boxing, like Tyson Fury, right? And it's crazy, right? Big dude and everything, and like no muscle, you can say, right? And like he can beat everyone, right?
True.
So we see this everywhere. So basically, like you're also like even workouts, like CrossFit. You call this CrossFit as well, right? Right?
Yeah. You mean the High Rock stuff, or?
Yeah. So the High Rock is like a CrossFit, basically, right?
Sort of. It's like it's like a gym-based event. So everything, unlike Spartan, which is all outdoor, running in the mud and like out on trails and stuff. High Rocks is all indoor. Yeah. So it's in an arena indoor, but it's like functional fitness stations. So like you have to do like lunges or use like the ski erg or rowing.
It's just happened like recently, I think. Right?
There was one in Singapore just 2 weeks ago that I did, and I won, which was amazing. It was a good experience. So
on what is the categories there?
Men's pro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was a good event.
Congratulations!
Thanks, man. Yeah. I mean, I like the challenge as well because this one is even more strength based. So it's like half running. You still have to run a lot in it.
Yeah.
But then it's also sort of half functional fitness, strength based movement. So different from CrossFit, because CrossFit's a lot, I think, more technical. Like the barrier to entry is a lot higher. You have to master all those like complex lifts and movements. And to be honest, I'm not strong enough for that stuff. But I'm able to do the stuff that's required for High Rocks, and it still is a lot of running too. So it's another fun challenge, and I think it's if you Google the name, like it's going to be one of the biggest kind of up and coming sport events. I think,
that's what I see also. Like it's like there's big events on the stadium. They make crazy things.
Yeah, thousands of people. Yeah.
So it's cool. It's also very entertaining. You have a challenge, competition, and everything, because they're sitting on the line. So on the Spartan, like you cannot like have the people cheer on you, right? Because
Right.
you're always on the when the finish, like yes, go, 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 but you don't know who is who.
Yes.
But then you really see, who's going faster and everything.
Yeah, yeah. It's more contained. You can watch the whole race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because the Spartan you cannot.
Yeah.
Maybe there's also a big part, because it's hard to promote this as a challenge. Later you see who won and everything, but you don't know what he doing.
Yeah.
Like I cannot say like which part you've been better.
Right.
Because if I can watch you, right, like oh, you do this one faster. Oh, you focus on this one. Oh, you also like walk there and then run there. Then I can watch and be like take something from this, or even be a because I'm the also marketing guy, so also I'm looking like how to can promote something, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, it's called this Hyrox.
Hyrox.
Hyrox, yeah. Yeah, so this one I can see like there's people on the stadium and everything in the cheer, and you have like the bell, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's so cool, like it's every like a puzzle of this one. It makes a lot of sense and motivate people, showing like there's something more about this one. There's not only run and everything, but it's also connect with the it's like a fan base. Like for example, I start do it like some martial, remember Bruce Lee, right?
Yeah.
So everyone become karate master after watching Bruce Lee,
Of
right?
course, yeah.
So this is the similar things. If you watch something like, oh, I want to try it, right?
Yep.
So that's why it can inspire people to do it. This one. So I think this one can be, good part when people can see like, oh, this is sport maybe for me.
Yes.
So I can try it. And yeah, it's getting popular. I have also friends in Bangkok. She also do the
Hyrox, yeah. That's how they're marketing themselves. Is like they're trying to make themselves the fitness sport for everybody.
Yeah.
Because like you just said, you can watch the whole race. All the movements are pretty. I'm not going to say they're easy, but like they don't require any technical.
Yeah.
Like the you're not going to get injured doing them because it's
Yeah.
like pushing and pulling a sled. You don't have to do any like crazy squats or anything like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Like I think this is a. Like Hyrox and Spartan I call them like cult sports. Like
Yeah.
most people don't know about these things, so they're still very new and a little bit different from like mainstream football or basketball or even just running, right? But I think the potential for more people to join these things is pretty great, and my whole thing is just trying to get people aware that they exist. Kind of market myself and show
Yeah.
that you can be, if you really push yourself, you can be pretty good and have a lot of success at this. And then just having people try to sign up and challenge themselves and
Yeah.
get out of, normal living, right?
So what's your goal about this part? Like you want to achieve this part, like to be better on the sport, or you also thinking like this is like your tool just to also promote your coaching, personal training, coaching with other people?
It's a bit of both. Like I realize that I'm, in sports we're limited by our age and how much time we have left to really be
How old
at a
are you?
certain level. I'm 32, so it's getting up there. It's in the twilight years for being competitive as an athlete, and I totally understand that. So my goal is, especially now for Hyrox, is to be a world champion. I think I'm not quite at that level yet, but I'm certainly within the top 20, 25 guys in the world. So I think I have that ability within me, and that's what I really focus all my training around. These last few months and going into next year, but also with the coaching too. It's to again just grow my brands, help people learn what these sports are. Whether you're a beginner, whether you're an elite athlete, I work with people for all different sort of levels. And
Yeah, because even if you are, you let's say you achieve the goal and everything, you can always have your students who will be
Of
achieving.
course,
the
yeah, and
goals.
that's-
This is like a dream things,
It's
like
the
your
best,
people,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
I mean, like probably one of my favorite memories was just this recent Hyrox race, and I did my own individual race, which was fun. But then I did this team relay with three guys who,
Oh yeah.
they'd never been on the podium for something like this, and we won the whole thing. And just like being up there with them and seeing how happy that was like,
Yeah.
it's a moment I'll never forget. And
Yeah.
those are the things that I really live for and just want other people to experience. Is like
Yeah.
that camaraderie, that ability of like, it's just like something in the movies, like, if you put in the hard work, if you grind it out, if you believe in each other, you can achieve, this goal that you set out for yourself.
So most of your community like from Bangkok, or they're from other place?
So most of the physical community is Bangkok, just where I'm based. But but I have like online clients kind of all around the place. So mainly within Asia, but I work with a few guys in Europe and the U.S. as well. And what I always try to tell them too is like try to get involved with the community there too, because there's only so much you can do online, but it doesn't replace the in-person,
Yeah,
right?
true,
So like
yeah.
being around people, setting up your environment for these kind of events and training is just it's so huge. I think like you don't want to just be like a lone wolf going out there doing your own thing all the time, right? So
Do you also create like events, like for example, like 1 week workouts or like camp or something like this?
yeah, I'm trying to get more into that now. So like even this coming week, we're doing an obstacle race right outside of Bangkok,
Oh,
which is gonna
nice.
be really fun. So sort of like similar to Spartan, and the whole
Yeah.
idea is like if someone's never done Spartan, or even if they have done Spartan, it's to get them involved in like learning. What are the obstacles?
Nice.
How do we get through this stuff? And so I think that's going to be really really fun.
Yeah, it's like a mini Spartan, right?
Mini Spartan,
yeah, so,
exactly.
Yeah, so it's a good idea.
Yeah.
And also it's allowed you to like even if you have people who are watching online and everything, they can like come meet you and everything, because like not everyone can be even on Bangkok all the time with you or like constant and like like train every day. So this one allowed to go time to time.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like mini challenges. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
And I think it's like it's in general it's the great concept because you can have online people who like you don't know and everything, and this one you can even meet time to time. So it's always great things to connect with these people.
Definitely, yeah. I think we just got to keep building it up. Like that's kind of my goal is as long as I'm living in this part of the world, just growing more awareness, getting more people involved, and and just trying to get more people active and healthy and wanting to do these kind of challenges. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really rewarding.
Oh yeah, you train every day.
Yeah, almost every day. I try to take what I've been doing the last couple months, and this is also kind of what we talked about off camera, is like just like taking care of your health in general and like general wellness and recovery and like so 1 day a week I try to do sort of more like a sauna, ice bath, this type of recovery and just let my body fully rest. And I think that's been really helpful because before I was training every day, but like it's a fine line. You can definitely get into overtraining, and I've always struggled with sleep, and then the sleep quality drops, and then you're just not feeling good the next day. So I train pretty much 6 days a week. It's like 70 to 90K, 80K of running a week, and then a couple gym sessions a week. So it's a lot. Like it's kind of like a part-time job, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like 15, 20 hours a week of training. But I love it. I mean, I show up every day. I don't want to do it every day, but it goes back to what I said before. Like I feel great after doing it. And every day I'm just thinking about what are my big goals. Like I have it in the back of my mind. I write it down. I'm a very visual person, so I keep notes on my phone. I have my phone background set for whatever the next goal is. And I just encourage encourage people to do that too.
On some app or in general, like you have some reminder?
Just on notes, just in my phone, and but to me it's just like you gotta keep reminding yourself why you're doing this, because again, that's why people fall off the wagon, is like I just don't think the goal is important enough for them, and like it all goes back to what is that main thing you want to accomplish.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
And so your concept about the sauna and the ice bath, like what's your optimal like dosage of this a week or daily?
There's a really cool, if anyone's in Bangkok, there's a really cool place that opened up called Dip Onsen.
Okay.
And I just really like it because it's co-ed, it's outdoor, it's like a really nice environment. So I've been going there pretty regularly, and I'll do like maybe 3 rounds of the sauna, try to stay in there like 15 minutes, and then go right into the cold plunge after. And that one isn't like an actual ice bath, but it's still pretty cold. It's maybe like 3-5 degrees. So
At 3-5 degrees ice bath. They call
yeah,
it the ice bath,
it's pretty much an ice bath.
Yeah, you can even basically like even if you have a 12 to 15,
Right.
it's still they call this like a cold plunge.
Still
and
a
the
cold
ice bath.
plunge,
Yeah,
and they have both of them there. So like going in that after, and man, you get out of that thing, you feel like you're on drugs, honestly.
Yeah,
Like
the dopamine. Yeah,
the
this
dopamine
cocaine,
is just
yeah,
rushing
cocaine
through your
level,
body. It's such a cool feeling, and like so a few rounds of that, and then you're golden. And I just like the day after, I just always have such a good workout. Like I just feel like rejuvenated,
So you do this like every 2 days, every 3 days? How many
No,
days?
no. I only really do that once a week,
Once a
maybe
week.
twice a week.
Okay.
I have a sauna in my condo, so I probably use that 2 or 3 days a week.
Okay.
But then with the cold plunge, I only do that once a week. If I had one, I would probably do it more often though. What about you? Are you a pretty big fan of that, or?
Yeah, I'm super. I mean, more easy to do sauna for me.
Yeah.
So I'm trying like also do 3 times a week a sauna.
Yeah.
Like 90 minutes each. So
19 minutes.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
19
It's a long
minutes.
time.
Yeah, it's like from some recommendation. I don't know if you know Huberman.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
So it was, his advice, and I, repeat this, and also see the many sense of this one, like, you go, all in, and I also use the funny, the like a sauna cup. You see
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Fuck, it looks weird, but I see it makes sense because it's allowed you to not, your head overheat. So that's how you can stay 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Without this one, it's very hard.
Yeah.
So even I don't put any like all water on this one, just to heat, just to put the cap, and it's I can do the 19 minutes, and the ice bath. I wish to do every day. But I'm lazy though. So like I still need to try it, like adjust my daily routine. I mean like a morning routine, because I want to do some workout in the morning, but and prefer like BJJ, because mostly my BJJ is like evening. Sometimes I finish 7 and like I'm tired and it's too late, and it's super exhaust my BJJ, because I joined like in Chonburi, and it's like a Thai style, like
Yeah.
the Thai trainer coach and many people, and mostly kids, they're very young kids, and they train like for hours,
Yeah.
man. Like they start 6:30 and they finish like 11 at midnight.
Wow.
But I thought it's like this, so I joined a few times, and like oh my god, how it's normal,
That's
like
nuts. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
and then like
crazy.
I meet with people from other gym, like, and we talk about this one. It's like, oh, we do it like 1.5 hour,
Right.
And like, really? So it's not normal. I do it until 11 or midnight, and like, midnight, you train 4 hours? Like, yeah. It's like, no, it's not normal, man. Like,
Jeez.
okay, like now I know. So
Yeah.
so I'm trying like a dosage this, because I like they always like, oh, stay with us, the kids and everything, we play and everything. I mean, we train, but it's basically like a play. It's fun. That's why I like the game, because I come there like a family living together, but they are really pro. I mean, they going around the world, in Japan, many compete, like every 2 3 weeks they are compete somewhere, So it's like a big family, but they, make Thai food and everything, right?
Super cool.
So that's really like I like it, but like for me, I need to be like more practical, like, how I feel next day, how I in my recovery and everything. So I'm trying to do morning. I try to find some BJJ or some whatever. I need to find the way how to be more active. Like it's not anymore like a discipline. I need to enjoy, and I need to find the way, because I believe like you can find the optimal things, and you need to have something what is really like you are into this one, and there's so many versions of being active, so you need to just try things. I fall in love on the BJJ, but then I need to adjust of my my discipline, my work, and everything, so I won't have like a perfect day, right? So for me, the perfect day, I wake up, I want to make ice bath, sun is very important for me. I go to the balcony on the pool and everything, like 20-30 minutes, easy, and I love it, and I feel great, and it's not even affect my skin. I'm still
Yeah.
white, so but I'm really big fan of this one. And even the recently I discovered, like, when you have a glass shades, it's basically stop your body to produce the vitamin D, because your brain think is it's more darker,
Right.
so you like, are you cheating your brain, which is basically give you everything what you need in terms of the all the vitamins and the minerals and everything, like to absorb, and the immune system. So then I stopped even using this one. So yeah, and the sauna mostly on the evening, because you get like tired after this, because
Yeah.
it's basically sauna is it's a like a symptoms of the disease. I mean the sick. So you the sweating. So you like you do detox, right? So it's work like this. So for me, it's the part of the, like, in the evening. So there's like you relax and everything, and you go sleep. And most important, the sleep, which I need to work on this one. That's why I like my routine, so I can go with sleep like 10 11.
Yeah.
So that's like many people skip this, because when I work before, like I work until like 7 9 a.m. Because I want to hustle,
Yeah.
which is important in your life to be achieve the level, even about the materialistic life, but later you need to take care of your health.
Right.
So then I was like, okay, I need to balance this one. I mean, I still want to hustle, but the hustle on the time when it's time to hustle, and when it's time to recover, you need to recover. So I'm trying to like keep going with this one. Ice bath in general, it's great things.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Like so many opinions about this one, but it's always about how you feel about this.
Right.
You know, people can say about this, you know, like so many different opinion. People say how you can work out every day, you need to have a break and everything.
Yeah.
Many people work on the like production or like some, you know, some mining, you know, whatever, you know, like a normal work. They have a 50, 60 years old and they're working every day, right? And they're okay. And then you say you need to have the 3 days off, 3 days, you know, like, come on, you know, you can work much more.
Yeah.
Trust me, your body's able to recover much faster and everything.
Yeah.
So how's your recovery time? Like, you know, in general, like, you know, sauna, like you try and like how many hours you work out there, like a gym or like even the, like run is like 1 hour, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably, I would say with running and then some of the other cardio I do, it's yeah, maybe like 10, 12 hours a week. And then the gym is another 5 hours or so. But then, yeah, with the sauna, like I try to do that same as you in the evening time. I like to swim, so maybe I'll go for an easy swim, do the sauna right after.
That's why I have bigger shoulders from the swimming.
Yeah, maybe, or just part of High Rocks is you got to do
Okay.
you got to do 100 wall balls at the end of the race. So
Yeah, okay.
training a lot more for that. Yeah, for Spartan it's not as important, but yeah, like my recovery definitely could be improved. Like I do struggle with sleep as well. Doesn't help that I drink a lot of coffee, so like trying to keep that within reason, you know, like
Timing. Well, I mean, the like when you drink the last coffee, also it's important.
yeah, I try to be pretty strict. Like the last one will maybe be like 1 p.m., which is,
yeah, it's okay.
I think it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I'm going till dinner time with caffeine.
Yeah.
So trying to cut down on that. And then I think actually the bigger issue for me is the phone. So getting off the screen at nighttime, because you know that can also kind of trick your brain, like you were saying with the sun.
Yeah.
And wearing glasses is like, yeah, you're up late at night, you're on your computer.
Yeah, because it's still light.
It's still light, and it's
white
still
light,
it's still kind of tricking your eyes and your mind
Yeah.
into thinking like, oh, it's time to be awake and you know, shut down natural melatonin production and everything. So I'm trying to be more. That just comes down to discipline, I think.
Yeah.
Just trying to be more disciplined about that.
Or even like I realize it's not always about discipline, because discipline it's like so your internal things. You think it's like you need to be, you know, disciplined. You need to create, you know, your attitude, whatever. But I'm also realize you need to find a strategy to keep your discipline. Like for example, like have someone to like motivate you. You know, put money on the trainer, coach. You know,
Yep.
like find a way when it's like put your discipline on the way like you don't have choice, right?
Yeah.
Or like it will work, because if you say, okay, I don't have this discipline, right, and I don't have motivation, so what, right? So you need to find something that will improve your discipline, right? Because I see like if I say something, it didn't work. Like it's not working, right?
Yeah,
So I need
true.
to find someone who tell me, right? I need to find like someone somehow, you know, like you know, like option. There's many. Like I even tell my friend, like, bro, I'm scrolling this shit, you know, just tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You know, give me things. I said, I will maybe scroll the people who I want to watch the other podcasts, and I'll be commenting them, right? So I'm still watching similar things. Why don't watch the people who I want to, you know, I want them to be my guest, right? Or you know, on the other side, and I just will be commenting them. I'll be still scrolling, but at least it'll be some productive things. So I try to like cheat my things and also tell my friends. I say, oh, I must tell you what to do. Like, I cannot tell you what to do. You're not the guy, you know, who listen. It's like, bro, I will listen, you know.
Yeah.
So I try like a trick myself and trick him and everything, so to get out from this one, right?
That's super interesting.
Yeah. So like it's about the strategy, because I don't think that discipline, like many people have discipline.
Right.
So you need to create the discipline, or
Yeah, you do.
you know, like you need to make the strategy. Maybe it's like I still cannot say like what it's exactly, but I think maybe other person. Maybe some challenge, like you need to do it because, for example, like even on the Spartan race, like I drink like 3 days before because my friends come and it's like a fuck, you know, like, and I know they'll be drinking, like damn, you know, like how to get out from this. So okay, I didn't do that much, but in general, like, you know, like maybe if I don't have Spartan race, I'll be like, you know, more party and everything, right? So I said, okay, Spartan race, PJJ and everything. So I need to give myself challenge or put more importance to this one, right? Like if I want to be, you know, the top and then maybe some meeting and everything. So, you know, everything is possible to keep yourself busy from this, because if you have something would keep you more busy and what's more important, then your escaping things will be less important.
True.
So
yeah.
that's my strategy. But like I said, it's more individual. There's some like you with your clients. Someone want to be more sexy. Someone want to be have six pack. Someone want to just lose the weight. Someone just want to get from some problem in life and everything. I think it's always like deeper version what someone want.
Yeah.
Because it's connect or some self confidence and
Yeah,
everything,
totally.
which is a big part of this one. But yeah, how's your diet?
It could be better. Could definitely be better, man.
How someone like this, could be better, like if your diet's not good and you expect your fucking clients to be
I know,
better.
It's a bit hypocritical.
Yeah.
I guess like, it's one of those things, do as I say, not as I do sort of thing. Like,
yeah, but it's the point, right? Like people thinking like we looking on someone and like this person have perfect diet, perfect workout and everything, and they thinking like everyone who looks like something like people tell me like, oh yeah, Mario, but you like gym. Like, so bro, I hate gym. I just go there and like 10 minutes cardio, six exercise, 6 sets, 6 reps.
Yeah.
That's all. I just need to do it, and it's like I fucking hate it. Like, oh, this one, like I'll finish this one, and finish,
Yeah.
That's must, I can enjoy some process, I can do this one, whatever, but basically I just need to do it,
Yep.
And even like listen music, I hear is like when you work out and you listen music, you basically like boost your dopamine. So basically, the later you want to exercise and you don't have the music, it's harder for you to do exercise. So even the like the people go with a tablet and watching and the walking and everything, so
Yeah.
the dopamine grow like this, mostly about what they watch and everything. And at the same time, their body looks, works different when you're not focused on exercise. So that's why I try like just to focus on the exercise, even like hate and everything, like trying to like just to do the exercise, and they don't have the distraction and everything, don't try the break and everything, to be more focused about the just body and everything, because it's a big part of this one. But like I said, even if you're walking with the headset and watching the movie and everything, it's still better.
Still
than
better
sitting at
for
home.
sure. Yeah. No, I tell people like, if you got to distract yourself, then do it, right? Because I'm the same as you. Like if I'm really working out hard, I try not to have any distractions, no music. But I understand that could be really important, especially initially for people to kind of get themselves used to that.
It's the dopamine,
that feeling.
right?
It is.
The feeling, yeah.
It is, yeah. It's important.
So what do you eat?
I mean,
Bad krapao.
yeah, no, like I think like it's like back to what we were saying. Like Thailand is kind of nice where access to healthy food is easier, especially than the U.S. I think so. Like I'm a big fan of making smoothies. I do that a lot at home. Like I have a blender. I just throw a bunch of different berries and coconut and bananas and protein powder, and that's sort of like the big staple I try to have every day. I'm not much of a cook, but I do try to make some stuff a couple times a week for myself. And then a lot of it is eating out, but like trying to make sure it's relatively well prepared. I stay away from a lot of the 7-Eleven fast food type of stuff. If I'm in there, I'll try to make healthier choices with the snacks I have. So but I work out a lot, so I need a ton of calories too. So like sugar is one that I have a huge sweet tooth, so I definitely can throw down some cookies and cakes and all that stuff. But it has its time and place.
Protein cookies, right?
Yeah.
You said, I choose the protein one. Yeah.
Sometimes, but it's not always. Like sometimes it's the real bad ones. But but my body needs the energy too, So it's kind of like what I view it as it's still fuel for performance, right? So same with running. Like you need a lot of you do need glucose and you need sugar to kind of get your body moving and staying at a certain level so you don't crash, right? So I think it's important too.
Yeah, but you're active, so it also makes a lot of difference. Yeah.
It's very different if someone's if you're like a normal office worker who's not moving a lot, then I think you actually have to be quite a bit more strict with this stuff, right? So
you eat everything basically.
Most things, yeah. It's just a matter of like I stay away from the real fried processed stuff mainly. That's kind of what I try to really not ever have. And then like the sugar stuff within reason. Everything else, pretty much. Cool. What about you?
I'm a big fan of the steaks and the carnivore diet.
Nice. Okay.
But I also switch for the 2 reasons, because of the first of all, I discover very great steak called this picanha, with good fat and outside and tastes great, and also discover in the beef, it's basically can be so much different, depends from where you get and the quality and everything, and big important part. I realized you can have great beef, and they're cheap.
Yeah.
Like for like 700, 800 baht, I have like 1 kilogram of the very good Cyprian, with a great quality and the fat and everything, which I'm a big fan of fat. I'm not fan of keto diet, in general, because it's for me it's not about the just the fat. So I felt good on the keto, but then I don't mentally don't want to think like, oh, meat, fat and everything. So even if it was good for me, I like on the body, I don't feel like mentally good about this one. But I discovered really good things about the beef, especially when the like Jordan Peterson talk, like
Yeah.
the Joe Rogan and everything. And I realized it's good things. I'm still like, add some carbs to this one, but I try to do less. Basically, my goal was to start this month. I don't know how to call it. It's also intermittent fasting, but it's 1 day food, 1 day without.
Okay.
So I used to do a lot of fasting, like even 21 days without the food. So yeah.
No
So
kidding.
yeah,
Wow.
I'll do it often. Yeah, I do 3 days, 7 days, 21 days.
21. How was
I
that?
got 20.
When was that?
I do on the coconut water.
Okay.
On the coconut water, but I also do 7 days on the water, and it's great. I'm super fan of this, and
Wow.
I wanna do it basically this month. I wanna do 1 day food, 1 day without, and also 1 month just with the carnivore diet, like 100% meat,
Yeah.
and so no vegetables, just only meat and
Yeah.
eggs. To be honest, only meat and eggs. So I just wanna eliminate even honey, because I also use like a raw honey.
Yeah, honey's good.
So yeah, I love honey. Like I didn't use before because it's also like close my nose, so like something connect with the polyps or something like this. So, and I realized I think it's now because of the honey again. So I want to eliminate this. Like, it's hard for everyone, but when I discovered this kind of beef, I'm super promoter of this, and I want to open business, connect with the like maybe like a food delivery, connect
Yeah.
with for the sportsmen, for people active, basically for everyone, because I know it's more about not about meat, it's about the processed food what we have. So, and the like easy access to good food. So I think this what I create, like order the beef frozen, and like you can do you to put the basically sea salt. I mean, I use the Celtic salt. I'm the big fan of Celtic salt also.
Yeah.
Did you hear about
I've heard
this one?
about it. Yeah.
I have even here. I can also.
It's got more like minerals. Or,
Yeah, I have 82 minerals with the like magnesium,
Yeah.
potassium, like so many things, and it tastes good. I mean, like for me, I don't know, like it's like sea salt basically,
yeah.
right? But I drink this every day.
Wow.
And I put it my water, I put my food, I go even restaurant, I take my salt with me and everything. I'm the big fan of this one, and like it's funny because people say the salt is not good, but I think it's what kind of salt. I think it's more about this one, right? And I feel great about this one, so it worked for me as a electrolytes as well, right? So I used it before workout, and I always take this for the gym or the BJJ and everything, because it's also I need a lot of water on this one. Like I lose like 3 liters of water, like, so I need to, because I train with the gi, with the like the kimono, and there's no aircon, so you like roll on like 3-4 hours, and you lose a lot of water all this time,
imagine.
So it's like, oh my god, like 2-3 liter of water, and so I the sea, like I said, Celtic salt. It's definitely a big part of my diet.
Yeah.
And eggs, and the meat mostly beef and lamb.
Yep.
And I get really good access now, even from imported from Australia, and I want to support Thai farmers. So I try to find also good quality of the local beef, because I think like people don't know what is good food, because they always like, if you go to restaurant and order good beef, it's cost crazy money.
Yeah.
Like 2,000, 3,000
Yeah,
baht
it's too
for like
expensive for a
small
lot of
things.
people. Yeah.
And my beef cost like, my portion of the beef cost like pat krapao on the local place, like 100, 150 baht.
Yeah.
But I have a 250, 200 gram of the good steak, and really like butter. You eat like butter. Takes me like basically I just put the sea salt, Celtic salt, put in the fridge for like 1 hour, 5 hours. Sometimes last time I left, because I go to Philippines for 2 weeks, so I left my beef, which is uncooked, with the sea salt, and then you eat this and you have like a cold cuts.
Yeah.
and it was ready to eat. You don't need to make it. You don't
That's
need
crazy.
to cook.
That's so
So
nice.
good, man. I definitely will share with you
Yeah,
the things
yeah.
if I make.
Oh, it sounds
It's
delicious,
really,
man.
really good. And this station is simple because you just put, and I have like a high heat oven. I used to have a coffee shop and Polish food in the Bangkok.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And I still have a left when I close. Still might have an oven, so I make my steak in 5 minutes.
Wow.
So it's allowed me to be practical about this one because many people are like, oh, how to get the food, So they order easy because Thailand, Grab and everything's fast.
Yeah.
You go here, everything fast. So at least I'm the big fan of the like adding things, like take your salt with you,
Yep.
take your spices, order for example 4 or 5 more eggs to the food, right? So I think the eggs are super important.
Eggs are awesome, yeah.
I don't believe like cholesterol bullshit like this.
Yeah.
You should eat a lot of eggs and
Yeah, I
you can eat
think
a lot of fats. People think
a
like
myth, yeah.
fat. I try to teach many people around me, and they still thinking like fat makes you fat. Like no,
Right.
sugar makes you fat,
Yeah.
not fat. So yeah, I'm not like I'm not strict, but I'm trying to be better on this one. Like everyone,
yeah.
just trying to improve something, right?
Well, when did you kind of get into the like focusing more on the diet and
A long time basically. Like
Yeah.
I did the fasting like a long time ago. So but I passed so many things like a vegan.
Yep.
So many like information and like I try to tell other people and I change. I'm also like understand the information change.
Yes.
And you need to upgrade what you know right now. Before you can say it's good for you like this. Before people say running it's even not good because of your joints and
Yeah.
everything, right? Some kind of testosterone not good or like the peptide and everything. I trying to like basically like constant upgrade information about this one because many things, even dopamine, like how many years ago we know about dopamine? It's recently studies and everything, how it works, how to even manage this, how to understand like if you have a great day, next day you have a dopamine drop and you cannot escape using the phone. That's why when you have a great day and you have an endorphin, the next day you should understand it will be dopamine drop.
Yep.
And then you need to do something with it, go to gym but you need to push yourself because you don't feel great. That's why people connect with the depression.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agree. Yeah.
So there's so many like factors, but we cannot afraid that you need to learn something. You cannot afraid like there will be difficult and everything because like a journey, you do not need to be perfect now. You can eat whatever, cookies and everything.
Right.
And I think showing you right now like, oh wow, I can also eat cookies and I can be active and everything.
Yeah.
Because many people that are too strict, they don't want to start
Definitely.
because they're thinking that I don't want to be like you because you have strict diet, you work out every day. I'm not
Yeah,
like
it's
this
no
and
fun.
everything.
Life sucks basically.
Yeah.
Like
They're thinking like
they
this, really.
They think you're a robot or something, right?
And they don't want to be like this.
Yes.
Because they think you sacrifice too much.
Yes.
So they don't understand you have fun. They don't understand you eat cookies. They don't understand you eat a lot
it's a
of
balance for sure.
Yeah.
It's a balance. Like as long as it's trending in the right direction, like I think that's the main thing is like if you do have those nights out or you do, give in and have, some shit food or whatever, like it's just about getting back on track, the next day or whenever you can and not being too hard on yourself too. Like it's such a mental thing. And I think especially the world that I've been in, like with athletics, especially at that really high end, you get people who are, they're just, they're too strict with themselves. Like they have no self-forgiveness. They develop like orthorexia, like really, crazed eating behavior. And you just see how this mentally ruins someone. So I'm very conscious of that myself because I think I'm very prone to addiction. And if I wasn't doing the stuff I'm doing now, especially in Thailand, God knows what I'd be off doing. Yeah. So I'm trying to be very careful with like what I'm about, but also just like letting myself have fun and just enjoying the whole journey,
And like not judge self like too much about
no, just being more relaxed about stuff. Yeah. Life's too short otherwise.
So you mean like whatever you try to go all in, right? Like you try Spartan, you go all in, right? Like.
Yeah, I mean it's I guess for me like with the sports stuff like I just I'm super competitive. Like I just when I'm on the starting line I have this innate desire to just beat everyone around me. It's almost like my brain is like this reptilian brain, like going back to like war or something where I'm like on the battlefield, But I just love that. Like I think, and you bring that same mindset into like martial arts, right? Which I've never practiced, but I think like in the next chapter of my life, that's what I want to get into because I so admire the mindset that and the training that goes into it, and how it's a little bit of everything. You have to be good at, you have to have good stamina, you have to have good strength, you have to master your body weight. Like there's so many different ways to train. It requires a lot of dedication and sacrifice, but it's also a good community. So how did you get into BJJ? Was that in Thailand or?
Yeah, it was it basically like I'm the big fan of UFC, and I start basically like I I think 20 years ago I was first time, but the people almost killed me, so I like this turned me off for 20 years.
That was in Poland?
No, yeah, it was in Poland.
Okay.
So I did boxing and the Muay Thai, but it was too hard. You always meet people like kick your ass, and they don't have limit, and like you get injured, and you recover like 2 weeks, 1 month, and like, oh no, it's too much and everything. And I get older, get some injuries, and then I looking for BJJ, you know, like, oh, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here, and I found some place, and I go, and I love it, and the people are nice, and they like really don't wanna smash you, and I feel like, you know, I'm good on this, you know, like, I mean, I like it, I have fun, to be honest. This was the most important. And then I see also like you know, the people really like, you know, nice to each other, and I, you know, go some camp, and then on the camp I also meet the people like even UFC fighters, and like, you know, with many story connect with this. So, and I go there like 3 days, like camp in Koyai, and I've really enjoyed the like vibe, and the like people are really like, you know, like a big community, like a big family, you know, like after like few hours you feel good, right, about this one. So I think it's a combination of everything, like you said. It's a community of the people, the challenge, and I see it's a big part of this one. But you know, like I said, it's not about to. I want to do like every day, but it's more about to adjust to your life. It's also like if it's, you know, comfy for you, about the place and everything. So I think even about your business, like people need to know they can connect this with their life, you know, because that's why it's easy for them to give up. Oh, great, good, I don't want to wake up in the morning and everything. So it's many factors, and I think like we should work on this one to make this available for us, not only like I just start, keep discipline, because it's not work like this. You will give up very fast, you know.
It's got to be, eventually it's got to be kind of part of your identity, like who you are, and you got to like get past that threshold of like when you don't do it, it feels worse than when you do, you know. Like, and that's the really hard part for people, is like figuring out how do you cross that barrier with someone so they can actually instill these different these different habits into their life. And it takes time, right? Like, and you fall off, and then you come back, and then you fall off, come back. So it's not like you're gonna always be on it, but you got to do the best you can.
That's the part, like start and you know, stop and everything. And on your case, like, what's your biggest fail, like in general, even about the sport on life?
It's a good question. I mean, I think with sport, I've been pretty lucky to have a lot of, I would say a lot of like success for myself. I mean, I've certainly had races and competitions that haven't gone well. One that comes to mind is like actually the first High Rocks race I ever did. I made a mistake in the race where I ran out the wrong gate. So there's 2 gates next to each other, 2 doors, and I ran out the wrong door. And I won the race, and I qualified for the World Championships. And then after the race, the judges came and told me, hey, you ran out the wrong door, so we're giving you a minute penalty. And just that 1 minute, that 60 seconds, bumped me out of the World Championship. So, and I've never gotten back to it. So that's sort of what I've been chasing this whole time, is just this little mistake that I made. It's given me like, it's actually the best thing that's happened, because it's given me so much, you know, fuel to the fire to keep getting back there, because I feel like I had it and then it was taken away, you know. And yeah, certainly injuries, like going back to university, when I used to run, you know, I had a big operation on my foot, and this cost me sort of my whole running career. So then I just stopped doing sports completely for 5 years, and was just living like a normal life, like normal job, partying, drinking all the time. And so then it wasn't until that Spartan race in Hua Hin that really kind of flipped my mindset around, hey, I want to actually get back to this, because I was still only 27 when I did that race. Like I'm not an old guy, and I just wanted to push my potential again. So mix of ups and downs.
So you know, on this part, like, you know, the fails, like, you know, it's give you basically something, right? So it's fun that we say, like, you know, failing, but it's always the part like you can take so much lessons from the fails, you know?
That's the only parts where you learn, actually. It's if you only have, you know, constant success, or you're always the best, you're never really growing as a person. And I think some people, um, they can take the failures and maybe think like, maybe I'm not meant for this because I failed. But at the same time, if you only show up once, like you got to keep putting yourself in that position, because otherwise you'll never break through to the next level. And that just requires you keep committing to the process of getting better, and having people to support you and be in that environment. So that's what I love about my job too, is like really, it's easy to coach people when things are going well. But when the real value is, what happens when someone's injured, what happens when they have a bad race, a bad competition, how do you move forward with them? And so much of it is like the mental approach with people, because different things work differently for different people too.
So you are like mental coach as well. I mean, that's a big part of this.
It's part of the job. Like I don't have a degree in it or in psychology, but as you know, probably with training martial arts, it is a huge part of it. Is the whole psychology around performance.
Basically the coach is everything, and it show you like if you love the sport or if you hate the sport. Wrong coach can be really damage, like in the same family, whatever.
Definitely
about your future. So it's also a big important part. Like it can be different even if you experience like Spartan and you go to the wrong place, wrong spot. Maybe like when I was there, it was really super hot, and maybe someone go first time and they said, "Fuck, like I don't go anymore," because I can die.
Yeah,
and it was true. Also, it can be dangerous, because even advice about I don't like to use the sun, like the sunblock and everything, but I think no choice, like you need to use
for that race, because you're exposed for so long, right?
It's
hours
like
and hours.
So it's 3 hours, 40 minutes, something like this.
It's a long time.
So you did 21 also.
I've done it in the past, not the race that you did, but I've done other Spartan beasts.
What was your time?
I mean, all the courses are a little different.
Yeah, I know.
So I've run. I guess I did one in Malaysia that was like an hour 30 or something, about 90 minutes. So
1 hour.
Yeah.
1 hour and 30.
Yeah.
21 kilometers. How?
A lot of running, man. It's fast running. That's what it is. So, like Spartan, when you get to a certain level, it just goes back to how fast.
So your pace of the 1 kilometer can be.
It's like low 4 minute. Yeah.
4 minutes plus obstacles.
Yeah.
Damn, how?
Yeah, it takes time, man. It takes time to develop it. But like I said, it's a lot of training, right? So I run a lot every week and just prepare my body for that. Yeah.
You have some people who run 21, like you're from your team?
Yeah.
On this one?
Yeah, we've had, I mean, yeah.
You remember that time?
You're pretty good. Like I think I've had guys and girls do it in the 2 hour mark, but more realistically it's 3 hours, some it's 4 hours. And then some people do walk and they take pictures and then they're out there for 5 or 6 hours.
21 kilometers is a lot of walk.
Yeah, it's a lot of walking. Yeah.
I mean, but they come back like on the evening,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but like Spartan Thailand, I think is pretty cool about that, because like it is so much about the image base, and like they do a good job marketing that for people. Like, hey, just come with your friends, have fun. This all a community kind of thing. So it's not really like other countries. They market it different. It's a little more like, let's like be like a warrior type of guy, girl. Whereas this one is a little more chill.
I also see this. We have also in Poland because it's Run Mageddon. It's very similar like a Spartan, and it's mostly about the like really.
It's like the tough image.
Yeah. Spartan also, it's like in Europe, it's definitely tough.
It is.
And I think I did it start before because I have a guy who like really go all in.
Yeah.
And compete on the high level as well. So that's why I always think like, oh, it's hard.
Yeah.
But I want to try it. It's like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
I was really proud about my result, and I was not proud of my preparation. But it's also showed me like everyone can do it, and I think it's the most important. Like you inspired other people, and I think it's like a fuel for life when you get on some level and you help other people, even one person, and someone get out from some obstacles, not on the Spartan but in life. And it's mean a lot for many people, a lot, man. Like I realized like having someone who like get out from some problems, drama and everything. That's why the podcast, because I used to my work, like I just talk to the people, and the people become like more open and like become friends and everything. And I realized like one conversation can change people's lives.
Oh, absolutely. Like, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So let's talk about this on podcast. I mean,
yeah.
Because it's few hours to conversation. It's the same things like everything. and it's opening for many subjects,
Yeah.
especially when people have something to say, but when they realize like we are the same, like we have the same problem, we the same shit, we
That's
have
it, yeah.
upside down and everything. It's like oh wow, there's real humans, there are not
Yes.
like NPC robot and like AI, but they actually the real people with the same problem, So you still want to be the world champion of the high rocks, right?
Yeah, it's still my goal. I mean, I guess, I'm realistic in the sense that, like I told you, I'm getting older, and I don't know how
But the
much more I
32,
can
it's
push. But
32 is quite peak, I think, right?
it's okay. Yeah, I mean, I took time off, so I think that's, in a way, that was the best thing that happened. Is I think if you train at a high level from age 16 until now, that's half your life, and maybe the body can't handle that amount of constant breakdown. But because I've had these long breaks, a couple years off, couple years on, I still think that I'm feeling relatively good overall, and I know how to manage my body pretty well. So like, I can understand, okay, I'm running too much, I'm in the gym too much. Like I sort of know what I need to be doing. Not saying I'm perfect, but then I also have, I work with a guy more on the mental side of the performance, but I think he's really good about making sure that I'm just dialed in to like what I need to be doing and not distracting myself. And
Oh, so you have a coach also?
yeah. He,
Oh,
he
okay.
he doesn't really call himself a coach. He's more like a mentor kind of for me.
Okay.
But just, I think with the side of performance, there's a lot of anxiety, and this goes into anything, whether it's martial arts, these races, like the anticipation of what you're going to do is almost worse than doing it itself, because you know how much pain you're going to go through in this event. Like, it's very challenging on the body physically. It's very demanding. And I think mentally you have to be absolutely dialed in. So like, one thing he's helped me a lot with is just the power of like visualization, right? So like what I was doing before this latest High Rocks race is going in the sauna, just sitting by myself, and then actually picturing the entirety of the race and making it happen from start to finish. Like, what am I feeling? What am I doing at every given point? So when I actually went through that race, it was almost like I'd rehearsed it so many times, I just had to execute it. And not saying it went exactly according to plan, but to have that game plan going in is so critical, and that's something I never really thought about before until just working with him. So I think that's super valuable for people.
So before you just do, right? Like it was your
You
basically
just show up, and I mean, you know who's going to be there, so you kind of like
adjust, like, oh, okay, I don't need to push so much.
a little bit, yeah. But like, if you're trying to hit, and High Rocks is all about times, and it's like a very standardized race. So like, you're trying to hit certain splits at certain times, and so like, you kind of have to be really on it with like a game plan going in. So that's more what I'm focusing on now, is like getting my body used to being, going through this certain movement in this amount of time, and how do I run fast after, and all that stuff.
So you have like really planned for this, like on the every part, your time and everything, and then just keep going on the your strategy, what you set up.
Yeah, it's like totally different from Spartan that way. With Spartan, it's a lot more. It's out in the open. It's an adventure race. You don't quite know exactly what you're gonna get, and that's really fun and exciting too. But I think because I've done so many of these, I kind of like this new challenge of like being more dialed in with these numbers and knowing exactly what I'm doing. And it's almost like a workout. High Rocks is just basically a glorified workout.
Yeah.
And you just have to get through the workout as fast as you can.
Yeah.
So it's more structured that way.
So on the Spartan race, like you knew who is like you are the first on the beginning, or you chased someone or chased time?
Yeah. So like I was part of like the beginning wave, because I've done these races before. So if you're like one of the elite men or women, they'll put you off first. So
Okay.
So when I was racing that race in Pattaya, it was just, I was able to get ahead kind of right from the beginning and just running with myself the whole time.
Okay.
But I really cramped up like the last that last part going down the hill, and then you had to like kind of make that way around the pavement to the finish line. Oh, that was like the worst feeling ever. I was so tired, and like I'd never really had cramps like that before, but just like getting to the finish line was like brutal. Yeah, it was brutal, man. I think like what you said, like the biggest obstacle was actually the heat for me. Like, it wasn't actual obstacles, it was just dealing with the sun, and that whole environment was really hot that day. So that was tough. Yeah.
But you did Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. I did Sunday. And it wasn't as long of a race. So like the guys who raced the beast before, they kind of told me to be aware of this though. Like
Yeah.
it's really tough, so just be prepared for
Yeah.
for suffering out in the sun. Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember, like it was like I think 18 km, and I like said okay 3 km, so I like try and like push, but I really think it was something wrong with the like distance, like it takes so long to
Yeah.
to make the 3 km, you know. So I feel like no way. So I think I'm almost there, and like it takes ages,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
to get there. So I don't know if they like really was correctly, you know.
Yeah, it might not have been quite so accurate.
Yeah, so I was really worried because you know, like, takes me so. I didn't have that, you know, time that watch and everything because I said I don't care about this one. Like, you know, I basically even injured my leg like week before on BJJ.
Oh shit.
So I have like a like a support, and I have like a really like almost 1 kilo the supporter. It's like no, like fuck it, I would take like a just like a bandage and like the flexible one.
Yeah.
So because it was the other was like no, like it's too heavy, so I don't want to have the extra kilogram. So yeah, I also have some injuries, but you know, I was able to do it. But yeah, the heat, it was crazy. Like for me, it was more about the just to do it and keep going and you know like trying to challenge. But I understand you, like you know, for you like your goal. But again, your goal was like you know if you're on the front, you are number one, and
Yeah.
you only lose when someone beat you, right? When
Yes,
someone,
yeah, it's way
Okay.
harder for the race you did because, like you said, there's all these different heats that they're letting off every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're never gonna know what place you are until the end.
Like I told
yeah.
you, I chasing someone and
Yeah,
they're
it's so
coming to a
confusing.
different time and like
Super confusing.
and I was already from them the last. So later I was like defend and like oh my god, like I'm really like from I'm the last.
Yeah.
I thought I'm the like I don't know, like maybe like really far, you know, because, but I do well, like chasing people, jogging people, but they, you know, stop and then later they go on the front. I was just so confused. I said, I just need to do it. I just need to do it. Yeah. And I did it, you know. I was like, on my age category was like the 7, I think.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I think Spartan is. That's what I love about them is they're really good about giving you all that information.
Yeah.
Like the age category,
Yeah.
how good are you compared to the men or women your age, and
Yeah.
and that's really motivating too, because like.
But it was different because I have an open, right?
Yes.
Or it was on the overall, or it was connected also with the on open.
It's a little confusing, yeah. So they have open, they
And the
have
pro.
age group, and then they have pro. So there's 3 categories.
So, okay. So if it's pro, I was not on the with the people.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So pro would be its own separate
Separate,
results.
yeah,
You
yeah.
were either in the age group or open. I'm not sure what
Yeah,
you
I
signed
was
up
open.
for.
Yeah,
Open,
I was open. Yeah,
So yeah, so that's everyone who signed up for open.
open. Yeah.
But you can kind of see where your time is and compare it to the guys in the age group, and that's
Yeah.
sort of the next progression is like if you're going to get into these races, you do the open first, you see how you do,
Uh-huh.
then maybe you sign up for the age group next, so it's a little more competitive, and maybe your rank will be a little far down, but then you'll try to eventually get on the podium for age group or something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
and then some people then will even jump up into pro after that,
Yeah.
or they stay in the age group. But either way, it's kind of a
Yeah.
fun challenge, and
Yeah,
way
it's
to see
you
how
know
good
even
you
go
are.
to the group and be the last. It's still like you know you challenge yourself differently. You know, you definitely your mental things will be different. Even if you be you know challenged with someone, you're trying to keep the pace.
Yes.
You're trying to keep on something. I'm trying to like see the stronger guys and I chase them. You know, so allowed me to keep going. Even the girl who said, "Oh, I start before you," I was like, "Whoa," you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't give up. But later she like I walk with her because I try to help her because she's like dying. She stopped basically.
Wow.
So I just walk with her. So I I walk. I also don't have power, but you know I was able to like go faster. But it's like, oh my god, she gave up, right? And later I thought she would still do it. I said we are almost done, and she gave up. You know, like I think 1 kilometer before. I'm like, damn. And she was like, great time because 15 minutes before me. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm just walking, you know, like I'm just walking now, yeah. And then everyone walked, but I didn't realize that I was chasing even people who do it for 5 kilometers.
Yeah, yeah.
Because on the end, I don't know, like there was so many people, like I was like, where I am. Yeah, this one it's also quite confusing, you know.
That's
That's
confusing.
why, you know, like in the general, it's not about organization is great. Like in general, it's a fucking like even amazing, right?
Yeah.
What they done and you know all the promotion and the like you know sponsor and the event it's great. It's great time, you know especially Thailand, like they love the kind of things with the people with the, like some festival and everything, it's a great part. But like we talked before, the family can be also a great
I think
concept.
it's a great idea,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, I think because like you don't want it to just be the kids or like the really fit person in your family doing
yeah,
it. Like you want everyone to be out there challenging
yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
So I think they could probably do a better job like creating sort of a family fun event,
Mm.
not so strict maybe.
So
Yeah.
you are also like a part of the like a Spartan community in the general, or like you know who organize, like you know what's going on. And I have one question for you. Why we have a European medal on the championship medal on the Spartan race in Asia?
Good question. Yeah, I'm not like as involved with it this year. Like I've been an ambassador for Spartan Race Thailand
Okay.
before, and I do know the organizers, and they're lovely people. Like
Mm.
it's a good group of people running it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the medals though. I think there are a few like mishaps that always happen this
Yeah.
time around. But yeah, no, overall it's like a good group of people, and just yeah, I think like they'll keep bringing these events as
Mm.
long as people keep signing up for them. Would you do another one? Like, would you be interested in doing Phuket or another race like
No, I
this?
think
Or
I don't want to even go to Phuket. I
no,
think it's
yeah,
like no. I supposed to be like do before, but I late with the registration.
mm,
So I see, finally I see on the good time. Like I'm like I said, for me it's challenging. This year I wanna really like challenge myself. I still do it a road bike. I need to come back to my road biking because
cool.
I used to do like even 100 kilometers.
Whoa,
So that's why I'm like my heat. It's like I mean be like quite into the riding on biking on the heat. It's normal for me. And but I know I need to also be careful because I even hear about some stories when people really die.
yeah, it
Like
can be
it's
dangerous.
happened. Yeah,
Thailand, especially, yeah.
yeah. So I need to be more aware of this one because nobody's immortal and
True.
many things can happen. So. Yeah, I wanna do this year because I've done already 10 kilometers, some run on the on the Sriracha and the BJJ competition, and I have another competition with a sign because someone asked me like, Mario, on the October's next BJJ, you wanna sign? I was like, and like yes,
That's a lot on your plate.
and I always do like this, yes, like a David and the angel,
Yeah, of
like a
course, man,
fight
of
with
course.
myself, like you coming tomorrow? I was like a
Yeah,
fucking dying, like yes, I come, like I say yes already.
yeah,
So it's what I do. I just try to be like a yes man for the things and later figure out the way and the concept how I do it. So
yeah. You kind
I
of work your
sign
way
for the
backwards
I
then.
signed for the BJJ on the October, and I just maybe done 3-4 classes on this last 2 months.
Dang.
So yeah, and the Phuket. I mean, I used to go to Phuket like even on the car because I like driving. So I love it. But definitely it's a part of something what I want to like more use for the promoting like the my age group and motivate other people, especially when I talk with someone about be effective about my advice, whatever. And I done this. Maybe if we'll be somewhere around, or maybe if I have some community and everything. So
Yeah,
I'm still building up this. Like I was, the COVID time also mixed many things. The workout and everything. You cannot go anywhere.
yeah,
I
yeah,
have some guy who was like he was coach, but he was basically later a grab driver, because you need to survive and
for
everything.
sure.
So I'm more into like set up many factors which has allowed me to keep going, and I want to be better person for them to show them like if you're 40, 50, you can do this one, you can do this one, let's go together and everything. Even I want to set up like my own like a BGG community and
Yeah,
everything. But
that'd be really
I'm
cool.
still white belt, so what I can do. But it doesn't matter. You can be white belt. You have your people, right?
Yeah,
You
of
roar
course,
and
man.
everything. You can have friends who you going, jogging like Sunday and everything. So I'm more into the create the space and the strategy what everyone can afford, everyone can do it, everyone can connect with their job and the business, whatever they do, and so it will be not the problematic for the people because I think many people like pushing themselves too much or they're trying to like, oh, I need to buy for 1 month membership the gym, and they go with 3-4 times amount and everything, right? And then later the beat sell because they do it not enough, so they not feel good and everything. So I think it's more about to do something what it's we can do as much often without the big breaks in life. Like oh yeah, going and the next month I go next one, right? So it's a big factor right now. Many people don't have ability to think about this one, right? But I
Yeah,
think it's a big factor. Like you don't need to be all in. you can have like 1 week, 1 day a week, like even
Yeah.
if you do the ice bath and everything,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good enough.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
How do you like? But if you have, because I mean, if you have like long breaks, like if you say you're going
Yeah.
somewhere for work, how do you sort of get back on it when you come back? Like,
I'm still like, for example, I was in the Philippines, so I have like 10 days, and I was have a 4 days workout days. Like I also make almost 10 kilometers on the around
Oh,
the
nice.
Manila. Yeah, so basically, I'm trying to better to like be active on this one, and when I'm back, like I'm trying like I'll be more into this one. Like even now, I'm trying to do the morning workout, right? Because the jogging, okay, I can go the sun and everything, but I want to do like some meaningful things.
Yeah.
So the BJJ, it's great because it's not only will be workout for myself, but also community, also the people and the vibe and everything. So you feel like much better if it's with people.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
it's obvious, but it's important. So I don't want to do. I don't want to be like only the evening because it's many times not fit to me. So I try to do like the morning. Like if you do morning, or the morning, some good things.
Yeah.
Like you set
Sets
up
the
your
tone
day.
for the
Yeah, you
rest of
set
the
up
day.
your day.
Yeah.
It's very important, and I want to go sleep early, like 10, 11, 12 maximum, right?
Yeah.
So I cannot go like BJJ because it's still I come back. I like basically like I'm like more like boost my energy.
Yeah,
on
you're
the-
like more wired when
Yeah.
you get back from those workouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same thing.
It's crazy. Like I don't know. I mean, I understand this, because I see my body work. But it's people think like if you go work out and you have a less energy. But basically,
No, I think it gives you energy.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the exact same dude.
Yeah.
If you come back from like a late gym session or late run even sometimes, like you just feel more alert, more awake, like
Yeah.
and then you sort of get a second wind, or at least I get a second wind of energy, which can be great because then maybe you can do some more work or whatever, but then also then your sleep cycle gets messed up and then that's not so good either.
Yeah. So what's your, like you said, you have a problem with the sleep?
Yeah, I've always had. I mean, I think it goes back to probably university again when I was kind of going through depression, and then I was prescribed like some pretty heavy duty sleep medication, these drugs that'll just knock you out, and your body gets really hooked on that stuff. I was also given like really high dose of melatonin, right, and that suppresses
Okay.
your own natural regulation. So it's sort of been like a battle back from that, and just getting my body like back to its own status quo or whatever. And so I still do use melatonin off and on. Like I try to use less of it than I used to. I mean, obviously there's a lot of natural stuff, chamomile and different extracts you can do to try to
Yeah.
help. So magnesium biglycinate's been helpful. So some different supplements, but mainly it's just, I think, goes back to the phone for me. That's the big one. It's
Yeah,
like
it can be. Yeah.
getting off the phone when I'm lying in bed, getting off the screens. And like you said, I think I just talked to my sister because she's always been better about sleep than me. And she has some app on her phone that just like kicks her off Instagram at a certain time.
Yeah, I set up. This
You know,
one, yeah,
I've never heard of this, but I think I need
Yeah.
to download this thing
Yeah.
and just like
I think
have
there's
this shut off.
There's app, but I think there's every phone have like this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like some mechanism just turns it all
Yeah,
off, and then you
yeah.
don't even have to think about it.
Yeah, but like you can turn off this as
Yeah,
well.
that's the problem too. You'll override that system, but at least it's something, right? Because
Yeah, you could try it. Like they said, there's some strategy, or like I try and like really be busy with the podcast, with the people and everything, because it's already like set up your day for your activity,
Yep.
So even about the, like I mean on the sleeping mode, I think it's many factors. It's definitely like I think it's the. But what is fun? Fun is basically dopamine. Like if it will be like different things what you do, you feel more fulfilled, so you can stop early or something like this. If
Yep.
you do something like connect with the work with something what it's give you some real energy, not only like scrolling and without thinking, it's meaningless.
Yeah.
There's nothing there, right? I mean, you think it's great because you're watching some fucking OCR,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one
yeah.
motivation, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, all this.
So you think you
right.
do it productive shit,
Yep.
But basically
Tricks
it's
your
not.
brain, yeah.
Like people, you're watching things and telling you scrolling is shit, dopamine, this one, like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Like, so you think you do it something, wow,
Yeah.
it's good things. I'm not scrolling TikTok dancing shit. I'm scrolling Joe Rogan,
Yeah, it's motivational clips.
It's the
like,
same things.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same
exactly.
thing. It's like a just trap,
It is.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm watching Discovery now, like, and what? You're
Yeah.
still watching, It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like the newest problem I think we're gonna have to face. Like, is like how like we have like our physical beings and our life, and then
Yeah.
it's like this virtual world. It's like how do we correctly navigate this so it doesn't take over our own physical
Yeah.
world and like totally destroy us. I mean, it's a little bit crazy to say, but like, yeah, I think a lot of people deal with crazy,
Yeah,
addictions
but
with this
they
stuff.
spend shit out of money to keep us there,
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the problem. It hooks you in, and the algorithms are so well configured that the minute you open it up, it's gonna give you exactly what you want. And
Yeah.
for us, it could be like two, completely different curated realities, but it's what we want to see. So it's like this self-reinforcing mechanism.
Yeah.
Like it just sucks you in.
Give you exactly
much.
what you need to stay longer to go to the next image, next
Yeah.
picture, next video, exactly. Well, like more than you even want. Like
Yes.
it's going exactly to your, your hormones, to your endorphin, to the dopamine, and it's like boost to the small particle level when you watch before, and they know you're staying there longer,
Yep.
and they give you exactly the same girl, the same picture, with the same size of boobs,
Yep.
and they reach the level. It's like, oh, I remember this, and like, and you're going there. And funny things, do you know how porn hub or like any porn site algorithm works? It's
No.
basically opposite than any other social media.
Okay.
Because if you get on the Pornhub or whatever other site, the things what you want, then you just enjoy your time for a few minutes and and you close. And basically the average time of the staying on the porn site is like 60 minutes. But basically average time of the going to the video what you want, it's around 1 minute. So if they give you things what you want, you'll be you come after 1 minute,
Yeah.
and then they will lose 90% of the money,
Wow.
which they get from the ads, which they get from the scrolling.
Interesting.
Yeah,
so they
so
want you to like play
They
around and
want you to.
navigate it. Yeah. I
Yeah,
see.
and that's why even if you like do it, the people don't do it things like a like what they like, because they want to experience something new. So that's why they don't follow anything, and it's not show them like they something when they subscribe. So the algorithm is totally opposite. They need to show things what you don't like. That's why you're looking, and you cannot find.
That's crazy. It makes sense though. Yeah.
Makes sense.
It makes
I mean,
total sense.
I discovered this one, on myself, right? Because there's no any information about this one, but it's how it works,
Wow.
And I realize it's the big factor of this one, because it's true,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. For sure. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
definitely, man. Like, yeah, you're not gonna spend 2 minutes on there.
Yeah.
You're gonna be.
If you get, yeah, exactly.
You'll be watching some different stuff.
Yeah,
For sure.
and it's connect with our, like, it's a big factor about this one, because this one, the Facebook wanna keep us there, but other things that you need to like, if you get what you want, you always get more, right?
Right.
But there's no limit. There's like amount of things what you achieve, what you get is like crazy. That's why I say, like, even the soft things like a soft porn, connect with the Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok and everything, which is basically porn. It's like
Yeah.
it's like 90% feelings what you get seeing the real porn, or even sometimes more.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you see them more often, crazy, like the now AI girls and everything.
Yeah.
Especially with the like all the fake, because the video is like, you cannot lie much about the video. You cannot like make crazy increase the fucking size boobs and everything. But the Instagram, it's like you watching like 90% girls who are not looks on the real like this.
Yeah.
They look totally different. Like everything, like wow, where's the girls? Like you see even some girls like in general, especially in US, right? Like where's that girls?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
where?
Yeah.
Like I don't see them on the fucking like where they're like they're not
Yeah,
exist,
true.
right?
Right.
And to see it on like they're like how?
Yeah. Yeah.
So so I think from even on the psychological way, whatever, like porn, if you have the access on the 60 minutes on average, or it's the top, I think average like a 12 minutes, I think. On the porn side it's 12 minutes, and you get on the things what is basically it's quite like a things what it's normal, somehow of course it can be like some crazy things, but this one, social media support, you get this bombarding every day for hours.
Yep.
So you have like 6 hours watching soft porn and like 50 minutes watching porn.
Yeah.
Like this one is crazy.
Yeah.
But people don't see this because it's basically getting things that often and getting things 50 minutes. This one does show you much more, right? So that's the difference, and we think it's normal. It's
Yeah,
working
yeah.
like this. and this one you have a kids who are like about 10, 12 years old have access to this one like this.
Dude, yeah.
You cannot have the access, like not many kids can go watching porn and everything, right?
Yeah.
But this one you have a natural access to this one, and people say it's normal.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think the solution is? Like, how do we combat it? Do you place regulations on like what kids can access on their phone? Do you take it away from them?
I have the even situation like because I was doing some podcasts on some popular channel in Poland, and I have one guy because I just talk about OnlyFans, about porn in general, and I just on this time I talk about many things, but someone comment me, and it was someone who I know from like maybe 10, 15 years before, and he tell me like I promote porn, like I try to also standardize porn, like a normal things and everything. And I call him basically, and I try to understand why was his point and everything. And I realized like he adopted some kid from the he adopted kid, and his kid was addicted for porn, and so I realized what was his problem, and then it's like, and I also understand like. He said, I told him, like, I think it's not about the porn, because it doesn't matter what I can say and promote and everything. It will exist. The point is, like, what you can do with this, If you can do something about, you want to break or something?
Oh, no, we're good, we're good.
If you want to, have a stop, like someone, you cannot just to say, drugs not exist, this one bar not exist, porn not exist, and everything. It will be exist. The things is what you do with this one. So I think it's about the passion and find something what you like, or just trying to make things, that big so this one not exist. So I think this is the solution, right? Telling people don't use phone, or like don't chase this, don't do this one. It's not the point. You need to learn how to manage this, and how to find something what you can like you. If you don't like things, what you do from Monday to Friday, that's why you're going to the party and you're drinking, because you want to forget to Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
So you need to work on the Saturday, Sunday to make your Monday to Friday excited.
Right.
So that's the part, That's why I'm a big fan of your activity and everything, because this is daily life.
Yeah, exactly.
And you need to make your life interesting, that and enough. So you have less time to go for this. It's not about all to be perfect, so you cannot blame yourself about going party time to time, eating pizza and everything, but you need to be busy. You need to like be stupid busy, like just trying things, find a way, look for this, make yourself busy, like try to like get out from this one. Even tell someone to take you somewhere, call you, like you need to be smart on this. You sometimes you do like trick your mind to be to say like for example, you're with someone and you don't like, but you're weak, you can drink with this person, tell your friend to call you and take you out from somewhere. Like make a trap for yourself. Like tell your friend, if I do again, just tell me you'll be not my friend anymore. Like we'll be stop working and everything. Like make some like automate trap when you don't have exit, right? So if you do more like this, even like your sister did, like about the phone, like the activity time and everything, it's a good idea, right? Or like someone who have access to your phone and the PIN code and everything, and you don't have, and tell a friend, right? Or it's good concept also, like give someone access to your social media or phone and everything. If someone call, then they just call you like an emergency number or something like this. So there's many people who do like different strategy, but it's really hard.
Those are good ideas.
It's like imagine someone just have some people don't have social media, right? Someone manage them, but if some message, someone just have the access to this one, and you have, for example, line. So on the line you don't have the social media part, so you cannot go to automate like Facebook, and then you scroll Facebook and everything, right? So there's some programs, and I realize also you can find something what you only watch, or even about your part. Like if you watching all the shit, you can be maybe part of the community. What they give it to something. Maybe you'll be a client. So maybe then you can comment, give some advice. So you use your dopamine level, but also for teaching.
It's super helpful.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So you can the same time you build your community. You can build your like the people who you want to share information, and the people will be seeing you, and it's give you actually the option to grow the business.
Exactly. So you gotta use it as a force for good. I think is what it is. Like use it as a tool, use it as something that'll enhance your life, and don't make it something that is a way to tune out reality. Because I think that's like the scary part is if you see a lot of teenagers now, like they sit home all day and they just get this constant dopamine hit, and they're living vicariously through other people who are sort of like living these really cool lives, but they're not doing anything about it themselves to change their own life.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. Like those are all, those are good tips for people. Yeah.
I mean, I still working on this about this part, but there's definitely some what is necessary can be like prepared and the making, because like everyone, like you said, the same, like discipline. It sounds great because we already forget about, we don't listen to motivation because motivation is bullshit and everything. Watching movie about the fucking be a great person and and it's not working, right? But the discipline is not work also. So you need to find some additional part, and I think the building the strategy, the concept can be individual, can be someone who you have some option. That's why I like people who like, okay, how you do it, how you get into this one. Oh, okay. So I just need to go maybe once to the Spartan.
Yeah.
And that's how we start. Yeah, like I mean, it's evolution, and because you need to be smarter than the fucking like. But they put a lot of money on this. This is $1 billion company, and you need to beat this alone. It'll be hard. That's why you need to have a people team. Can be like you said, you have a community and everything, and you can talk about everything. You can support each other. So guys, you cannot run the Spartan with the phone. Yeah. So if you have more time to put the phone down, right? The same now on the podcast, I don't use phone. I now. But you know what I mean. Like you have more opportunities to don't use it on the BJJ. I don't use phone, right? Yeah. So that's can be concept, just to have more things when you don't need to use phone. And if you use, make to create, not consume. So that's my also answer. But I'm still working on this. So I'm trying to like. Yeah,
we all are. I think it's just like something that I constantly think about, because we're lucky in the sense we kind of missed it from like the kids now, right? Like they're gonna have to learn this, and their brains are still developing. Like, I mean, I had like MySpace back in the day and Facebook, but I was already a teenager then, so it's different from like an 8 or 9 year old who's getting access to this whole virtual virtual world essentially. And like, to be fair, it is really cool. Like, you watch Mr. Beast or some of these YouTubers, like they've figured it out so well that it just sucks you in, and like, why would you then go back to your normal life, your real life, right? Because this is so much better. Yeah. So
but it's really I like one thing. Maybe I'm using this more and more. Do you know the ChatGPT?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I use it occasionally, like just I don't have it on my phone now.
Did you call to ChatGPT? Have you ever called? You never hear about this one?
No.
I show you something.
Call? You said call?
Yeah, call. You call to ChatGPT.
No,
you talk like a real person.
What?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it.
It's crazy, man. We can talk about everything.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Hey, bro, are you there? Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I've never heard of this before.
Even today I prepare for meeting with you and asking questions. What question can this?
What?
Hey, man.
Amen. What's on your mind today, Mario?
Bro, I'm with the guest called Gabe, and he's the athletic, and he also do the Spartan race. Can you give me some guidance? Like, what's the best question I can give to him today to get audience interesting?
That's awesome. Since Gabe is into Spartan races and coaching, you could ask him something like, what's the mental approach or mindset that separates someone who just completes a Spartan race from someone who excels at it? And how do you help people develop that winning mentality? This question taps into both the physical and mental aspects of his expertise, and it will probably resonate with the audience, especially those interested in pushing their limits. You think that'd work?
No, give me something better.
All right, how about this? Spartan races test both physical and mental toughness. Can you share a personal moment during one of these races where you faced a breaking point, and what did you do to push through it? How can everyday people apply that same resilience in their own lives? This digs into his personal experience, which can be really inspiring for listeners and it connects the race to real-life challenges. It makes Gabe relatable while giving the audience something they can apply to their own journeys.
So good.
How does that sound?
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Glad you liked it. You're going to have a great conversation with Gabe. Let me know how it goes.
Okay, cool. I'll let you know. Keep in touch.
Wow.
Definitely, Mario. Catch you later.
Ciao, bro.
Dude, that's wild.
It's super wild, man.
I've never used that. That's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
Jeez. It's helpful though, yeah.
It's super helpful.
Yeah.
Super helpful.
Do you use that a lot then?
Oh, yeah, no, a lot. Like, I do this podcast.
Yeah.
I talk about the podcast,
That's-
question
yeah,
and everything.
shit.
I basically, I can do like a podcast with the ChatGPT.
Easy,
Yeah,
easy.
I can say, it's like, okay, you are the host, please, you are the host of my podcast, and then I'm your guest. Can you give me the question?
Yeah.
Bro, there's everything. I can talk to him, go
That's
deeper and
wild.
everything, about everything.
That's crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, this'll only get better, right?
Yeah, you
I
can
think
like
in the
you can
next couple
talk.
years,
We'll talk to him. It's like, hey, bro, like let's spend time together. Let's
Yeah.
let's can we make some conversation and like,
Yeah.
what do you think about this? I don't get to talk here, so can you like engage with me for 10 hours, like unlimited, right?
Crazy,
Yeah,
man.
and so now you have the AI, which is like basically works like a real person. So they
Yeah.
put this to AI. So that's why if I can summon and you basically thinking like a fucking girlfriend even.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It is.
Which is like, yeah, this is.
It's also bad too, right? In some ways. Like,
Yeah,
like
so we
everything we're
can talk
talking
about this one. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically like, wait.
You gonna ask it?
Yeah, we're asking. Yeah.
Are you good or not?
Yo, bro.
Hey, Mario. What's up?
Do you think the concept to talking to the chat GPT can be like negative for the future and for the kids and everyone basically?
That's a good question. Either way, depending on how it's used. On the positive side, ChatGPT and AI can help people learn, think critically, and have instant access to a lot of knowledge. It can even help kids develop creativity or get personalized learning experiences. But on the flip side, over-reliance could lead to less face-to-face interaction or hinder the development of social skills. There's also the risk of people trusting AI too much without questioning the accuracy of the info or becoming overly dependent on tech. What are your thoughts on it? Do you see more pros or cons in using it?
I have other question.
Of course. What else is on your mind?
Can you tell me how Pornhub algorithm works? If it's the same like other social media or different?
From what's known, the Pornhub algorithm functions similarly to other social media algorithms in the sense that it uses data to recommend content to users. It relies heavily on user behavior, like what videos you watch, like, or search for, and uses that data to suggest similar content. This is pretty much how platforms like YouTube or Instagram work. They track engagement, then offer recommendations based on your past activity. However, because it's an adult site, there are some nuances. It also likely considers tags, categories, and ratings, and has to balance recommendations with strict compliance to regulations, such as age restrictions and content moderation. Are you thinking about how recommendation systems influence users in general?
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
So he don't know about this. I don't.
Yeah,
I know more, so it's okay. Yeah, but it's really, really crazy. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. But it was a good question about the Spartan race.
It is good. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Can you answer? You remember?
The challenges, right?
Yeah, like if you have a like breakdown through on the race
Yeah.
and how you pass this. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's been a few times. There was a race I did in the Philippines that my flight was delayed flying there, so I got in at like 2 in the morning, and the race was like 7 a.m. the next day.
Oh damn.
And so like by the time I
Yeah,
went,
welcome in the Philippines, huh?
I was like there was already no sleep going into that race, so I was like already exhausted, and it was a beast race. It's 21K.
Yeah.
And I was one of the favorites to try to win, so like there was pressure to go out and do really well too. And I remember getting like maybe a little over halfway through the race, and my shoe comes off, and it's like all muddy. It got stuck in the mud, so I'm like in this mud pit trying to find my shoe, and the sun's beating down on me, and I'm just super tired and exhausted, and And I thought about, walking off course and quitting. But I think for me, it's just not who I am. Like, it's my character, and I also know that there are people who are supporting me back in Thailand, coaching clients, and like they want to see me do well. So it kind of put pressure on me, but I use that pressure as like energy to continue through the race. And then I also sometimes I think about like really weird shit, man. Like just like I conjure up crazy stories, like someone getting captured, someone getting kidnapped, and I have to go save them, and like anything that's that's sort of like a little bit scary or just dangerous, but then I'm sort of like playing the hero, where I have to step into that role to make it happen. And for whatever reason, that works for me to like continue through it. So, and it's also then doing it enough times that I know it's not a life or death situation. Like, yes, it's painful in the moment, but it will get over, and you're gonna feel 100 times better if you do cross that finish line. So just knowing that feeling too is really important. And that just comes with experience, I think, as well.
Yeah, like you build your self-confidence good enough because of the amount and the experience, right? So yeah, I think it's the big factor about this one. So like nobody die on this one, even if you do without shoes, right?
Yeah,
so I think you'll be you'll pass this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the big part.
I think so.
If you do it something, you like build the like neurons, and like you are aware of this one will be okay. I done this. The same like BJJ competition, like nobody die. Even some people say, oh, be careful, you go with this people. It's like it's like I can tap. It'll be okay. I can give up. I can scream and everything. It'll be okay, right? So I think it's in general, like, and the sport activity and like do things allowed you to build like the confidence when like you can do it, and doesn't matter if it's sport or like like if the business, whatever. Like if you pass so many times, like it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Like that's why I'm not afraid. Like for example, losing everything, because I didn't have nothing for 15 years when I was already adult, and I know it'll be okay, right?
Yeah.
So now even with my all experience, all connection, all possibilities, all the things what I opened the door for many years, like I'm 100 times more prepared than before.
Right.
So like you can take anything from me and like I'll be fine, like, but it's not about in my like fake confidence. Like it's really like deep. Like I know, right?
Yeah. It comes from
right?
experience.
Yeah. So it's for you. I think the same. Like you don't believe anymore. Like it's not about your faith. I think it's about like you are 100% know it's real.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But even if you've never done it before, I still think you can look back to like past life experiences and just like kind of weigh the comparison and say, yeah, okay, it sucks in this moment, but maybe you've gone through some hard shit in your life. I don't know, some family issues, some divorce, some horrible breakup with someone. Like all those moments are probably way more painful, but you can actually draw strength from them. So that's something I do a lot, is just looking back at like difficult, painful times in my life and using it as sort of this extra energy that I can get in the race.
So you're using sport as a escaping from the personal.
It is. It actually is. It's just like the best escapism. Yeah, man.
I'll go to race. I don't want to do it anymore.
Fuck like the real life stuff. I'm just gonna go out and do these races.
Yeah. So I'm busy. I go race.
Yeah.
Okay,
it is like in a way though. It is escapism, but like I mean, if you gotta use that versus what I'd say a lot of guys come to Thailand to do, which is drink and screw around with girls, which nothing wrong with that either, but like I don't know, I like what I do. So
I think it's like we should not judge any of the people because of depends on the which part and that in life they
chapter
are
of life,
right. Sometimes you also don't know what they did before,
for sure.
So we can even judge the dudes in Pattaya and everything, but you have no idea what they pass, right? And maybe they are before they did crazy things, they achieved crazy things and the situation happened, and we also don't know how would you react when this same situation happened. So I think it's a big factor of this one, like never judge people, because you never know. And to be honest, like everyone have shit,
definitely,
like everyone, and it's on the, like you said, I mean, like a person who achieving this kind of things in the sport, and like you have your own things, and the people who are like millionaires have our own problems, and it's something that's going with the body, something the situation, the other stuff, and it's like there's nothing like it's better than and something is worse, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're all, but a lot of people, it's easy to segment off because, again, I think this is sort of the problem with our phones too, is like it separates you in different categories, like the athletes, the businessmen, the motivational guru, the Instagram girl, like you're sort of segmented off into these little categories. But then it's you got to remember we're all human, we're all going through the same struggles, and that's why we need more of this stuff. Like what you're doing here is amazing, and most people never have this opportunity because you don't actually talk to someone for this long. Like
I see this many times. Like even you see someone who is like on the top of the game, and like ask him like, how many like past friends you have? We can talk about this one second. Man, nobody.
Yeah. I
have no person.
Yeah.
I have many friends. I have many people I work do it something, but I never like a real dude.
Yeah.
Like wow, and I'm really surprised because sometimes you put the opinion on the picture like totally different level. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
So like, I'm so happy like I have a one person who I can talk like fucking every day. And basically it's my business partner when I even decide to pay him just to be around me because it's important of my mental health and my growing and everything. Like bro, like I can pay you everything. Just let's keep doing together, and both we can achieve good things.
For sure.
But right now I will sacrifice like putting on the money on you because I know it's worth it.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes we need to do like this. Sometimes we need to like. Even of the coaching, we need to invest on yourself. Doesn't matter how much it costs. Some people say, before I use like coconut oil, people say coconut oil for 1,000 baht. It's expensive. You can buy coconut oil for 60 baht and everything. What's the investment? Like, you don't understand what it costs money. If you put that 1,000 baht, it's basically how much you put the oil. Like 10 baht to your food every day. It's nothing, right?
Yeah.
That's so many people don't count this. Like, oh yeah, this gym costs like this, coach costs like this. And I think, how much you spend for drinking when you go somewhere?
Exactly.
This one. It's like, bro, it's nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So people don't calculate this, and they don't calculate how they feel, how much money they spend for medicine, for the doctor, for mental shit, for the depression, for everything. That's like crazy. Like someone said, oh, 2,000 baht for gym. Oh, 2,000 baht for this.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man, you could blow that in like 5 minutes in a bar, like easy. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
People don't, we're irrational when we think about money and investing.
Because they compare, I think they compare like the prices in general, and then for them the 2,000 baht per month for something and the 2,000 baht for a bottle of whiskey, whatever, a few drinks, basically 8 shots,
Yeah.
And they compare like shots between shots here, shots there. So they compare like 2,000 baht with the gym and the 1,000 other gym, for example.
Yeah.
Right? So, too expensive. There's for 1,000. Oh, this is too expensive because I can go drinks for the local things. So it's like crazy. Like people compare this, Like I also try and like, damn man, like you spent 20,000 baht like last weekend, and you asking me how much is the gym?
Yeah, it's
like, bro, like
That's
what's the difference? Like 3,000, right? Like,
yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, people are, like I said, they don't think straight with that, a lot of that stuff. So
even about the food and everything, like what you're talking about, the beef, it's cost money. Like I buy beef, like order and everything, and like cost me the same like Pat Krapao. You order food, you order drinks, you order this one. I don't order all the things. I have a 300-400 grams big steak, Australian, and you think it's expensive. You compare, baby, and you go to the restaurant, but you buy this, you buy beer, you buy this one, and you spend like 500-600 baht. Like it's. People don't calculate their life, seriously,
Yeah.
I went about the car, I always rent a car. Oh, why don't buy or condo? Like, why I need to buy? Why I need to buy?
Yeah.
For me, it's like, 8,500. I have a studio, I have a place to stay.
Yeah.
8,500 baht. It's nothing,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So like, but you get some money from the winning of Spartan, right?
There's not a lot that goes into it. Little bit of money though.
Yeah.
Enough to pay for a trip, I would say.
Yeah.
But
that's why I have a motivation for the Philippines, because you need to pay for the longer trip.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's enough to like cover some costs. I mean, I do it just for the experience and like, I have the coaching business behind it. So
it's your main business model, like coaching?
Mainly, yeah.
Private or group, mostly?
Yeah, mainly group now. I mean, I still do a little bit of private with people. And then online, there's probably like 20, 30 people I work with, which is good as well. So kind of a mix of all three.
You also do diet plan or something like this?
Not too much anymore. I did, like, when I first started off, I did a lot more general coaching with that, but I find that way more difficult, man.
Okay.
Partly just because I don't have the background in
Okay.
nutritional sciences as
And
much.
you're not the
so-
one who followed this.
Yeah, and I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy you want to follow for that stuff either.
Yeah,
so
so
like, I mean, it's important. Like I always, if people want to talk about it with me,
Mm-hmm.
I would say most people it's mainly just like the marketing. They want to learn about supplements and all this stuff, and
Yeah.
you know, it's like okay, that's
Oh yeah, it's interesting things
it is interesting.
about supplements.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
and the steroids.
there's definitely that. I'd say in high rocks especially, there's probably people who take some stuff.
Yeah.
It's not well tested, so you never really know. My hope is that most of these competitions start to crack down on it more, though.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens with it.
So how about your experience with testosterone or growth hormone in CrossFit?
Yeah, I've never taken any of it myself. I know I work with athletes, some older athletes especially, who have taken TRT or they've used different peptide injections, and I can't say I'm like super well versed on it, but I think, you know, if it has its time and place, and especially if the competition allows for it, then I don't see why not. I think if it's banned, you shouldn't obviously be using it. So,
Yeah. Or I mean, I think when it's banned, you just use they just trying to get out more from this one, right? Like a blood transfusion, whatever.
yeah,
they do,
there's always
things,
ways to
yeah.
circumnavigate it, right?
Because it's a professional sport, you know.
That's-
It's a quite like this the stake on the table is that big.
Yeah.
When it's allowed you to still function, and if you don't do it on the level, it's very hard to survive. That's why big fan to market and promote self as a character and personality. Because if you want the sport, and you don't build your personality, it's very hard to achieve the top level.
Yeah.
And to get benefits from being on the sport. Because if you're on the even average or you start, there's not much money to take. So
True.
you really need to be on the top, and you need to know the game about the marketing to get something from this.
Yep.
If you just will be competing on the Spartan and the high rocks, right?
Yeah, high rocks,
So
yeah.
it's not much money to take, So
No, not at all. for
and many
sure.
like a Spartan, you need to, like on my case, like you need to pay, right? Or if you don't win, right?
Right.
You don't get anything.
Exactly.
But you still pay for attendance, of course.
Yeah, of course,
like
yeah.
everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a great formula also for the business in general,
is, yeah.
right? Because you can learn a lot of things from the Spartan, even the pictures, the selling, right? This was
Yeah.
crazy, yeah.
It's not cheap, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They make a lot of money off of it.
Yeah, and basically I thought when I see the pictures, because I was before on some race, I thought like, because someone told me like, oh, they hire so many people for the pictures, and I realized like if you have a photographers who just go there and they get like a percentage from their sale their own picture, they can basically get the cut from this, because if they have a work like to to do the best picture, so they will do the best picture
Yeah.
they can, because they can, if someone buy it, they can get the, let's say 50% from them.
Yep.
So they can get the people who just work there for free, so they can get only from their shirts. I
Yeah.
don't know what's the system there.
I think it might be that.
Can
not,
be like
not
this,
100%
right?
sure.
But I see you can buy all package pictures. you
Yes,
know? I mean,
yeah.
there may be some few and everything, but it's basically everyone choose package.
Yeah,
all the
correct.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good concept with the the face recognition and
It's
everything.
cool,
Right?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
really cool. The whole system they built, like, because that's why a lot of people do it, right? It's just for to show that you did it after. It's like a social proof that I
Yeah,
went
make
through
some
this.
pictures. Yeah, but from social media, not much, but I made.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I take the pictures. Yeah, because it was great. Like when I see like the preview of everything, it's like, oh fuck, that's basically good pictures. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's just
So-
like you're doing such crazy shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
like the barbed wire crawl and just
Yeah.
like it's things that are just so radically different from our normal lives that
Yeah.
I think that's really cool for people to see.
Absolutely.
And like also like for me too, I like having all that stuff because a lot of the time I don't feel like doing half the shit I do, right? I'm just tired. I'm like everyone else. So like
Yeah.
when you have those pictures and videos to look back on, for some reason it's like, yeah, okay, I've been there, I've done that.
Yeah.
I can do it again, right? It just like kind of reminds your brain like, hey, you can be this person.
Yeah.
You can start to go train for this again.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's been a couple months or even a couple of years, like you've been at that place before.
Yeah.
I think that's really helpful for people too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean it's great concept. Like I really love what they do, especially like Thailand. Like you can do like jogging, go jungle. I used to go like a jungle. Like I just go and I try to go as far as I can.
Yeah.
So I need to come back. and it's if I go like I just go, because then I need to come back, so I don't have like taxi. I need to come back.
Yeah.
So I like trick my mind, just to like just go. Don't
Yeah,
check,
yeah.
don't check how many kilometers, and then I go and I'm tired already. So then I come back. Whatever way I come back, I need to come back. So that's like my strategy. The same like on road bike. So I just go. I just go.
out,
Just go
yeah.
far. That's why later like I need to come back. But the sun is 12. I'm like damn. So this
That's the hard part.
I'm
yeah.
supposed to be also asked the question about how to get up from the phone.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
right?
that's a good one too. We should
Right?
ask to see what they
Yeah.
say. Have you done any trail races though in Thailand? Like any running?
It was in Kochak. I supposed to be go like for trial. They have even 50 or 70 kilometers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was also my plan to go there.
Because
But
there's one close to here coming up in September. You could do
really,
in Wisdom Valley, I think.
the same.
Yeah, yeah, same area. Yeah.
When?
Or Khao Mai Kiao, I think it's called.
Close
KM,
to the,
KMK, yeah.
Yeah,
KMK.
I mean I did this on the mountain bike. But
Yeah.
Also like a jog there also on this place. Well, but one day I take my mountain bike, and I go to the close to the Wisdom Valley, the area when it's the trail,
Yeah.
and I lost, and I
Oh,
cannot
wow.
go out. My GPS showed me I'm very close to the exit, right? Like a exit from the jungle.
Yeah.
And I go and go. I was tired. I have no water.
Oh,
Takes me like
shit.
3-4 hours to go out.
Ooh.
Cannot come back because I think I'm very close, right? So I
Yeah,
think like
yeah.
I'm like cannot come
You're
back
right
now.
there.
It not make sense. And I go and go and go and go, and I don't see fucking the exit. And
That's
three,
crazy.
4 hours. Yeah, I was exhausted. Looks like the road, but it's not the road. And finally, like after like 5 hours, I go out. I was really like, what the hell? I'm
Shit.
used to like, and I mean, I like this part as well because I'm used to also do like a ATV. So I go on the Thailand in many places. Like, I can go there. Like I like the challenge.
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
it's like sometimes I was like, my first day on the ATV, I'm basically stuck. Like 2 trucks trying to take me out from like really looks like normal place, but I cannot go out and like break the whole ATV.
That's crazy.
So that's the
It's wild, man.
yeah. Hey man, how are you today?
Hey Mario, I'm doing great. How about you? What's on your mind today?
So if I'm more happy and I tell you with that more funny way, you are more happy to me also. I mean more laughable and everything.
Got it. If you're in a funny mood, I'll definitely match your energy. It sounds like you're in a good mood. Anything specific you want to chat or joke about today?
No joke. I have serious question. That's so funny. Huh?
Sure, I'm here to listen. What's on your mind?
So can you tell me how people or me can stay less on the phone and on social media to be be on the better mood, because we know it's
Absolutely. It can be tough to balance phone use and social media. One thing that helps is setting specific times for checking your phone or social media and then sticking to it. Also, try finding other activities that you enjoy and that keep you busy. It's about creating new habits and making intentional choices with your time. How does that sound?
give me something better, like some strategy when I can really get out from the scrolling on social media.
Sure thing. Try setting up specific phone-free times during your day, like during meals or an hour before bed. You can use apps that track your screen time and set limits for social media use. Also, find activities that draw you away from your phone, like reading a book, exercising, or picking up a new hobby. And try turning off notifications so you're not constantly drawn back in.
Can you give me 20 other ways?
It might be overwhelming to list 20, but here are a few more strategies you could try. You could put your phone in another room when working or studying, use grayscale mode to make the screen less appealing, and set specific goals for phone-free activities. Try organizing social events or activities with friends that don't involve screens. You can also join groups or classes focused on offline interests. Use apps that block distracting sites, and create a routine that doesn't revolve around phone use. Let me know if any of these stand out or if you need more details on any of them.
Not bad, not bad. Can you do better? I tried, not working for me.
Absolutely, let's refine that. To go deeper, you could 1. Schedule regular digital detox days where you stay off social media completely. 2. Designate a specific spot in your home as a phone-free zone. 3. Use a physical alarm clock instead of your phone for waking up. 4.
That's good, yeah.
Engage in mindfulness or meditation to help reduce the urge to check your phone. 5. Set clear, achievable goals for reducing your screen time. 6. Replace social media time with reading or listening to podcasts. 7. Develop a hobby that requires focus and keeps you off screens. 8. Establish a no-phone rule during certain activities, like family time. 9. Create a list of offline activities you enjoy and refer to it when feeling tempted. 10. Reflect on how much time you're spending on your phone and how it affects you. 11. Use apps that help you stay focused, like Pomodoro timers or productivity boosters. 12. Limit the number of social media apps you have on your phone. 13. Turn off non-essential notifications. 14. Set specific times for social media use and stick to them. 15. Reorganize your home screen to make non-social media apps more prominent. 16. Take up physical exercise as a way to keep busy and off screens. 17. Start a journal to track your screen time and reflect on your habits. 18. Seek out social groups or clubs that focus on offline activities. 19. Make a conscious effort to engage more in face-to-face conversations. 20. Create a reward system for sticking to your screen time goals. Try mixing and matching these to see what works best for you.
Wow, that's great.
I'm glad you think so. Feel free to try out a few and see what fits your lifestyle best. If you need more ideas or want to talk about anything else, just let me know.
That was better. Yeah,
That was great, huh?
that was definitely better.
Let's also have a, if you tell him like make a strategy for your business,
Yeah,
man, this is also great.
yeah,
I tell you
yeah.
everything, like do this one brand, like crazy things, and it's really like accurate. And he talked like like me basically, like
Yeah,
the way, the understanding and everything.
Yeah, it's
last
super
last time I did,
interesting.
I wanna basically do like some project connect with this, with podcast with a guest, other guest. But I would set up like a Joe Rogan with someone. And last time I give him information to make a podcast for me with the Joe Rogan and Adolf Hitler.
Oh shit.
It works once. Later it delayed.
Oh wow.
Cannot do anymore. So
Whoa.
basically they
Wow.
censored. Yeah, they
Oh,
censored this.
censored,
Yeah.
okay.
So I do it with the Jesus Christ, which was also interesting. Really,
That's cool.
that was really interesting. Listen to this. Hey, bro.
Hey Mario, what's up?
Can you make a podcast, Joe Rogan with the Jesus Christ, and like entertain and like do it on the real time?
That sounds like an intriguing idea. A podcast with Joe Rogan and Jesus Christ would be quite the conversation. Imagine the mix of modern insights with timeless wisdom. If it were done in real time, it could make for some really engaging and thought-provoking content. What kind of topics or themes would you want them to discuss?
Yeah, something really interesting, resurrection and stuff like this.
Absolutely. Discussions about resurrection and spiritual themes could be fascinating. They could explore deep questions about life, purpose, and transformation. Joe Rogan's contemporary perspective, mixed with Jesus Christ's timeless teachings, would make for a unique and engaging dialogue. Is there a particular aspect of resurrection or spirituality you'd like them to focus on?
No, just go on the flow. Can you do now?
Got it. If they were chatting about resurrection, Joe Rogan might ask about its significance and how it impacts people's lives today. Jesus might share insights on the spiritual and symbolic meaning.
Can you make a like a real podcast just to talk like Joe Rogan and like Jesus Christ?
Maybe not.
I think. Yeah, sometimes you break up, AI.
Yeah.
But it was really like I make like, man, it's so funny. Like, hey Joe, you know, like, no, hey Jesus, you know, long time no see. It's like, man, Joe, it's a pleasure to be here. And like, yeah, man, I'm really didn't expect you to be my guest. You know, it's been a long time. It's like, yeah, man, 2,000 years, you know, goes so fast. What you can do?
Been waiting a little long.
Yeah,
long
and
time
man,
for
they
you.
talking like this. And it's like, oh my god,
That's funny.
Adolf Hitler also was funny.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
is
Yeah.
crazy. Oh, I gotta try that.
So I wanna do it also like this, but also like I said, you can make with anybody, you know. And
Yeah.
basically they make specific, you know, information, how they talk and everything. They don't make the same voice, but they just make like how they talk. They use the same words and everything. Man, so but it's great.
Yeah, I gotta
This is
play
great.
around with that. That's
This
super
is great.
funny.
And they go deeper with this. Now they create the videos, pictures, and everything. So
It's insane.
you can make like this. For example, you send your pictures, right? And then you said, hey, make for me, you know, video when I trained for the Spartan race using this exercise and everything. Make a course, 20 steps, blah blah, with the plus ebook about, you know, sport activity. So do it now.
Yeah, I'll just pump it right out for you.
Like for example, like look. Hey man.
It sounds like you're reflecting on something.
No, reflecting. You just stop talking to me. This will be nice. Listen to this. Yo, bro.
Hey Mario, what's up?
Oh, wait. Last time I said some nice way, like a yo, 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 and he said, answer me like, yo, 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 yo.
Yo,
Yeah,
yo.
yeah. It was funny. Yo, 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 man.
Hey Mario, what's up?
Ah,
Can you say like yo, 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 like you said before to me?
Yo, 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 yo. How's it going?
Man, I want you to make a ebook about great preparation for the first Spartan racers. Can you do for me, like with the chapters, with the, you know, step by step concept and guidance?
Sure thing. Let's outline a basic structure for an ebook on preparing for a first Spartan race. Here's a general idea. Introduction. Overview of Spartan races. Importance of preparation. Chapter 1. Understanding the Spartan race. Types of Spartan races. Sprint Super. Beast Ultra. Common obstacles and challenges.
yep.
Chapter 2. Setting goals and assessing fitness. Set goals. Assessing current fitness level. Creating a training plan. Chapter 3. Building strength and endurance. Strength training exercises, e.g. bodyweight workouts, weightlifting.
Crazy, huh?
Endurance
Yeah, it's
training,
so good.
e.g. running, hiking. Incorporating obstacle-specific training. Chapter 4. Nutrition and hydration.
It's my job.
Importance of a balanced
It's all
diet.
taken.
Useless, no.
I'm completely
Chapter
useless.
5. Gear and equipment. Choosing the
Sorry,
right
bro. Like this is the one touch from my show, you
gear
know.
for
That's
training and race day.
I'm
Chapter
fucked.
6.
Just expose
Mental
my whole
preparation and strategy.
coaching.
Building mental toughness.
Damn.
Race day strategy and pacing. Visualization techniques.
Oh shit.
Even
Chapter 7.
visualization.
Pre-race preparation.
Yeah, yeah.
Packing and race day logistics and what to expect. Chapter 8. Post-race recovery. Importance of recovery. Effective recovery techniques, e.g.
So
stretching,
accurate.
Yeah, it's
nutrition.
everything.
So accurate.
Conclusion.
And
Final
like
tips
real,
and
like,
encouragement.
deep things.
Resources for further reading. Does this sound good to you? If you have specific topics or details you want to include, let me know.
Okay, create ebook about this one on the text, and give me information how I can promote this, advertise, and sell it and earn $1 million.
All right, here's a basic framework for your ebook, along with some ideas on promoting and selling it.
Oh, it's they're really good.
Title: Conquer Your First Spartan Race, the Ultimate Preparation Guide. Introduction. Welcome to the world of Spartan races. Whether you're new to the challenge or just looking to refine your approach, this guide will equip you with
You can
everything
basically
you
copy
need
and paste
to
this,
Yeah,
and you have all
100%.
book.
Chapter
100%,
1.
yeah.
Understanding
In
the
5
Spartan
minutes.
race.
Yeah, it's
Discover
crazy.
the different types of Spartan
crazy.
races, from sprints to
Even about the
ultramarathons,
title and
what
everything.
each
Yeah.
entails. Learn about the common obstacles
Okay, they'll
and
be
how to
talking
prepare
about this
for
one.
them.
The chapters and everything. Yo, yo.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, yo.
Can you give me information how I can earn $1 million, like a strategy, selling my ebook about the Spartan race, like a guidance, how to prepare self to Spartan race?
To earn $1 million with your ebook, you'll need a solid strategy. Here's a step-by-step approach. 1. Create high-quality content. Make sure your ebook is packed with valuable, actionable content. Include detailed guides, training plans, and personal success stories. 2. Build a strong brand. Develop a brand around your ebook. This includes a professional website, engaging social media profiles, and a memorable logo. 3. Market effectively. Use a combination of free and paid marketing strategies. Build an email list. Create engaging social media content, and consider running targeted ads. 4. Leverage partnerships. Collaborate with influencers, fitness experts, or Spartan race veterans. They can help promote your ebook to a larger audience. 5. Offer upsells. Create additional products or services related to your ebook, such as personalized coaching or advanced training programs, and offer them as upsells. 6. Optimize sales channels. List your ebook on multiple platforms like Amazon Kindle, Apple Books, and your website. Each platform has its audience and can drive sales. Track and adjust. Monitor your sales and marketing efforts. Use analytics to see what's working and adjust your strategy accordingly. 8. Scale up. Once you find successful strategies, scale them up. Invest in more advertising. Expand your reach and continuously improve your product based on feedback. By focusing on these areas, you can increase your chances of achieving significant earnings with your ebook.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mario. Glad I could help. If you have any more questions or need further...
Yeah, it's really good.
And it's like, if you give more information, like exactly about you, exactly what you do, exactly about location and everything, right? They can give you like really accurate, like, oh, you can sell on Lazada, oh, you can sell on Shopee, right? Promote on this group, go to the Facebook and try this one, like trying to find the city, maybe use the Thai language and everything, like, and you say, translate me for Thai language.
Yeah, I can do the whole thing.
Like everything,
Do you use that a lot for your business?
Not right now, yes. Yeah. I see like a lot of potential.
Yeah,
a lot of potential, Actually, I prepare for your podcast. Podcast with you about this one,
Right.
And it's give you really like the things what I know, and it's make me more like understand what I'm talking about, and they talk with my language. So basically, everything I know, it's so accurate. Like I said, it's very precise.
Yeah.
And I'm really like, what? Like how?
Yeah.
But like you can take everything. Like you say, for example, make an ebook about my story. Like I'm doing this one. I start this one, this one, this one. Make it like chapters. There also connect this with my write an ebook, connect with my story. And you tell them all the details, right? You can copy paste. You can talk like this. Basically, you can just talk.
Yeah.
Listen to me right now. I will tell you my whole story about my life and everything. Write about this ebook, connect this with my things, with my guidance about the Spartan to attract more people. Make this in the like very affordable face. Make a trailer so I can sell for free, give for free for the people, and make later people for sale for $9.99 or give the best price. What I can sell, for example, in Thailand or other countries. Do it on the 10 languages and find the best way how you can promote. And
yeah, it does it all. It's crazy.
I'm really see like it's very important things right now,
Yeah.
And like you see, like it's free time. It's basically something what I learned even how to use it.
Yeah.
I think it's more about this one, because you can have the tools, but you don't know how to use it, right?
Right.
So even special about your business. To be honest, like my big part of do the podcast. Like I'm really know like if someone love what they do, they have passion, they should find a way to promote themselves.
Yeah.
Because many people like they're the BJJ, martial arts, many things, but they have no idea of marketing.
Right.
And it's not about you to know. It's more about you need to find a way to get to this one because it's it's your future. It's your money. It's possible that you can really achieve things what you love. What you like about the money and everything because they allow you to do better what you can do. Right? If you be having money to travel to the people, to invest money for the let's say own gym, maybe even create a Spartan race like a track and everything, right? You can use the money to basically improve the quality, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's very important to do both. You can be great of your like mental things, strength, and your information, your knowledge, but at the same time you need to have information how you need to deal with the clients, how attract people to this one, how to even set up like a high price ticket. I'm a big fan of the high price ticket of the coaching personal one-on-one.
Yep.
Because it's a very individual, and it's allowed you to basically put this on the higher like a pricing.
Yeah, premium pricing.
Premium pricing. But at the same time, you also have the people who really want to do something. And then because if you have someone who like $9 and this one they expect more and everything, and they don't use it, right? So these things what I basically what we did, it's a perfect sample how you can use it, but on your business also, right? And it's like it was just small part because you can find so many things, and the basic step by step. If you use this, it's guarantee, like it's guarantee if it works because it's. I know this even from my experience. Like you just need to do it. That's why I said 21 podcasts, because 21 podcasts I learn much more than watching 2,000 podcasts.
Yeah.
Watching 2,000 podcasts, you learn nothing. You know, I mean, you get some information, everything, but my 15, 16 podcasts, I get so much experience.
For sure.
So much knowledge, information, concept, learn about how to do mistakes, setting up, and everything is another part, but it's the same. Like you not learn about even experience from Spartan race if you don't do Spartan race. Like you can be on the even workout, you can be on this one, but actually being there, it's a totally different game. It's a practical thing. So if but if you have this one, it's crazy, man. These information are really crazy. And I think on your case, like
I got to play around with it some more. I think it's super helpful
because it's like you can have conversation. So it's like remind you many things. Consume your time, but you learning from something. Hey, teach me something how I can be better every day. I'm a Spartan race coach. And like, sure, Gabe, you can be this one. Tell me like how I wake up, what I can do to motivate maybe other people. And they tell you like, I know they tell you because I know this, but if you have something to prepare, to get this information, to talk to you, it's like having your coach. 24 hours. Like, you should, for example, send them a message and ask them how are they drink already coffee and everything. Set up lists when you can send them like auto message to everyone and everything, right? It's like, damn, right? You know this, but you never use this, and it's remind you to do it this one, Tell me what I can do today, like to get my clients and my fans and everything engaged and everything, so I can give some real value for them every day. It's like, you can do this one. Like, it's open gate for your thinking, It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really helpful.
Yeah, I also did discover, like, my friend is like talking like what? Like you can call? It's like, it's like maybe 1 month ago.
Yeah, that's wild. I didn't know you could do that either.
Yeah, that's not magnifico cool. Because it's so many now information about on the phone when you get the information like a ChatGPT, AI, people start promoting.
Right.
So you get confused about this one, But there's the main ChatGPT.
Okay.
So now the iPhone 16 make their own ChatGPT, which is the same as ChatGPT, right? Just the iPhone version, right? Like everything. They need to have like everything after, but it's like, iPhone better, right? So but basically it's crazy,
Damn.
And it's going deep, But even this one, look, this is exactly what we need.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's super interesting, man. Yeah.
So for business, perfect. And even about tell me how I can get out from the eating cookies,
No, that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
But I'm talking about this like a concept. Like you can talk about this one, and it's give you information what you forget, because we have a lot of knowledge.
Right.
Like we know this. We learn so many times about this. People talk about this one, but we don't have the like a constant reminder or talking and the real things, because scrolling give us the things, but the scrolling is like a random things. Like totally random. Even algorithm, it just give you things what it's not applying. Like for example, you get more information, but you are over informed too much.
Right.
But this one's like hey, I'm watching too much this one. Tell me like how the knowledge what you tell me about being productive, being better coach and everything, how I can apply to my life to be a better person. And like, hey, sure, Mario.
It's super customized.
And it's like it's like, tell me like, okay, but this one not working for me. I'm still lazy. I cannot like. You can ask him like how I can sleep better. You can give him all information. What you do is like, okay, based off the information and everything, I think you should do this one. Like you should try this one. So tell me what the first step what I can do today to maybe improve my sleep for 5%.
Yeah.
I was like, sure, Mario. I am here to help you. It's like, fuck. Like, what the hell? Like, in
Yeah,
general,
yeah.
imagine, like, any year. I mean, now, you just knew this today.
Yeah.
But
It's
imagine,
wild.
a few years ago, like, have someone to really talk.
No, I know. It's mind blowing. Yeah.
And it's going crazy, this one,
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I believe we live in, like, what do you think about the AI in general? Like, like, even about the concept, like, where we live and, what kind of life, about that and everything, like, some deep shit.
Yeah.
You're a spiritual person?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like have a specific religion, but
Mhm.
I believe in some higher power. And,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I guess I do kind of believe in some parts of Buddhism, like
Mhm.
reincarnation seems to resonate with me.
I think karma also.
Yeah, karma
Easy,
for
right?
sure. For
It's like
sure,
it's
karma.
easy. It's super easy concept, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
because it's visible, like
yeah,
every day.
exactly. Yeah. When you see it enough in your life,
Yeah.
you have no reason not to believe it.
Yeah,
So.
you're doing good things coming to you.
Yeah.
It's like it's quite obvious, But many people like, oh, karma, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely, man.
Yeah.
Are you pretty spiritual or?
Oh, I mean, yeah, on my own version of the God, whatever. Like, I like to like use any power possible to improve me. Like, if God can be like my support and help me out and like take me out from some bullshit and everything, come
Yeah.
on, I will take two. Like,
Yeah.
like more people better. So
For sure.
So I'm trying to like play with this. Like don't take this serious and just more like a play.
Yeah.
And they use, like I said, like if I can have the God on me and they be on my support, on my side, like yeah. Do you have a friend? Like, can I have two gods? Like, why not, right? If
Yeah.
it's connect with religion, absolutely not. But it's definitely connect with some story and the belief system, what I learned, by years. And I see more people, they're into like this. They are very, I mean, being a good person in general, I think is an amazing concept. And I base on this.
Yeah.
And, being honest with yourself, with others, it's, it's a few things. So I want to just invite people who have the same mindset, and I believe I attract people like this, and I don't want anybody who have a totally different opinion.
Yeah.
Even if I get so many views, people like say some controversy, I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want even have a haters. I don't think haters are good. I think haters, like, if your goal is not to fix the haters or like something to do with this, I don't think it's support, because many people who are come to your social media and they read something that is not connect with the reality, they base their opinion of the haters, which they destroy your own understanding, because then you need to fight with the haters and the other people to explain who you really are.
Right.
And I don't think you need to, like
Yeah.
you just need to do your things, and the people who like you stick with them, and people who don't like you should not put energy to stay with the people who don't support you.
Yeah.
But many people trying to like be with the people who don't like them and convince people to like them more, even if they
Right.
don't like, even if it's not fair exchange,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
How's
that's
your
true.
experience with friends? Have you a lot of
In
enemies,
Thailand?
haters, or in general, like, how is your experience with the people who fail in your life?
Yeah, I mean, I think like in Thailand, especially when I first came here, it's hard to find a group of people, right? I've been lucky that I've kind of found it through all the athletic stuff that I do. So I
It's
kind
a
of
good strategy, yeah?
Yeah, I mean it is. It's like you surround yourself, because I think you become who you're around. That's who you become ultimately. Like obviously you have your own sense of self, and that's important. But like you take in the energy of other people that you're constantly around. So for me, like the people I'm careful who I spend my time with. I have my party friends. I have my workout friends.
So your party friends, they are not gym friends.
Some of them are. Some of them are. No, there's definitely guys who like to do both, but they're definitely there's also guys who.
And there's no need to be. It's not the main part, right? Like,
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, some guys are more strict about it, so then they don't ever want to go out.
Yeah.
But I'd say most of the guys, sort of like me, you try to strike a balance between training hard, but then also having fun as well. So, but I would say it's a tough one. Like I've definitely spent a lot of time alone before, and I know how dangerous that can be. And during COVID year, like especially the first year was like kind of not the best mentally, like just tough being alone. And so trying to find people, connect with them, spend time with them physically is really important too.
Yeah.
So, and then just doing things, shared activities like the running and the weight training and all that, I think is really important too.
Yeah.
So
In general, right?
yeah.
This is, like I said, it's supposed to be like default, like just do it.
Yeah.
Just find the things, even the run, because it must be simple also, right? It must be fun, must be simple, and I think many people take this like too. I mean, I think people should take this seriously. It's like important to find, but the way how they do it should be a lot of fun. You know,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
should make this fun, but you need to do it this one anyway. You know, even
sure.
if you do it and there's some kind of pain and everything, like it's also beat you up if you do it the pain. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That's like it's a big concept. Also, like I think many like Andrew Tate and like masculinity, they talk about this one like, you know, it's more about to, you know, suffer and I believe on the suffer in general. Like I believe the pain and the struggle and the, you know, get out from the some obstacles in life and everything, you know, build you stronger, right?
Yep.
So I'm absolutely believer of this one. I have big fighting with myself about this one because I don't wish anybody to have pain, right?
Right.
So I think like damn, like but longer I live, I always repeat this, but longer I live and more experience and more people I meet, and I realize there's no other way. Like you need to have pain, like certain pain in your life, when it's beat you up, when you know get over this, when you pass this, when you learn, and then you become better person.
Yeah.
Are you also like into this one, like in this concept? Like I think the pain is connected with the value also, like
Yeah,
the struggle connected with the value in your life.
It does. It does. Yeah. I mean, it becomes part of your story, and I think like you generate respect from people because you wear that on your sleeve, and they see
Yeah.
what you've been through, and I don't know. I think everyone admires that to some degree, right? Because
Yeah.
it shows that you're able to endure this hardship and come out the other end and are a better person because of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you don't want to spend time with people who haven't gone through anything like that because then they're just sort of, it's easy to complain about everything. Like
Yeah.
everything they're just soft. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
it's yeah,
they let little things bother them and ruin their day, and they wear their emotions on their sleeve. And
true.
so I'm very careful with people that that are like this because
Yeah.
it doesn't feel good to be around them either.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's not their fault. Sometimes they're like, you know,
Yeah.
they be surrendered on the life when they have everything on the table.
Right.
And it's not a mean like it's something bad. It's more about what you do with this, you know. And
Right.
you know, like putting self to the position when you challenge yourself. That's why I said I putting myself to the challenge, so I have something to talk. You know,
Yeah.
even you know, like this
Yeah,
great
yeah.
story to share. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's for many things, you know, and I wish everyone has some story like this, you know.
Right. Right.
And many people don't have the story, you know.
Yeah.
So if you if you get some, you know, money from crypto or like some, you know, some real estate, you just put some money or just get some money and everything. There's not much story, you know.
Right.
And I don't blame or like don't judge. It's more about, you know, like what is really give this to you, like in your life, you know,
Yeah.
the concept and everything, you know, like of course the money is the big part of the everyone life and it's important,
Right.
but there's many different ways to achieve this. And even if
Definitely.
achieve, you can use for the good purpose.
You can,
right?
yeah. You could definitely reinvest it back into
Yeah.
things that are important. But, yeah, I mean, I've certainly met guys in Bangkok who just, yeah, they've made all their money in crypto, and
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to talk to them. But then like you see what they're doing day to day. It's just like, okay, well, you live in a nice place. You spend the money on girls. You
Yeah.
sit at home on your computer all day, and that's really how you want to live your life. Like,
Yeah.
it just, to me, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's more to it than that, right? So
Yeah, and it's longer you live like this, then less you see, and
yeah, you just become
less you
detached from
become-
reality.
yeah,
Also, like,
yeah.
it's not really healthy
Yeah.
in the long term, I think.
Yeah, but it's, you know, like I said, everyone have some time process and everything. Sometimes I want to be like this
Yeah,
before,
for sure,
you know,
of
like
course,
I
yeah.
wish to have like that kind of life and
Yeah, it's
everything.
easy,
you know?
right? Because then
Yeah.
your basic needs are covered. But
Yeah.
but then I think once that's covered, then you do have to intentionally seek
Mhm.
out these
Yeah.
bigger things, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a big question, like about if you like the way how you earn money and how much you earn, like, you know, what is more important, right? Because
right.
also like you know, it's important to get the concept and the samples because you never know. That's why I think the podcast allowed people be more open about who they really are, because I don't think I will have the guy who will do like crypto or whatever and he get money very fast with the crypto. Like I don't think we can talk more than 20 minutes, you know,
Yeah.
because what's this person's story, you know? And nothing wrong with this, but you know, there's the things what people later maybe find out about self, you know, about growing or the using the money, you know, on the some way when they allow them to to experience more life,
Yeah.
I also don't understand like a travelers, like a traveling, like a, yeah, but it's also connected with experience, just travel, for travel, like, oh yeah, if I have money, I will travel. Like if I, like you can have both. I mean, like you can travel and enjoy life and do something and connect with your life. Because if you travel like without anything's connect with your passion and everything, traveling is a traveling. Like a just changing place.
It's escaping your shitty normal life, and then you go back to it. Yeah.
And you think about the Thailand as your home?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, been here 6 years, like I said. There's pros and cons to living here for sure. It takes some time to get used to. I wasn't so sure it was going to be my home, but then when the whole COVID pandemic thing happened, like,
so that time you didn't have much choice, like,
yeah, we were all kind of stuck here. But that ended up being like the first year was tough, but then it ended up being a really good time actually, and I just kind of decided to go all in, and like I'm someone who just I'm very passionate about what I do. I don't think I could do what some of my friends back home do, where they do work high paying job they hate, but then they use the money to sort of spend it on something else, to
like a gold chain, and
and then like just that just doesn't interest me. I'd rather be, I mean, I came here sort of more like the broke backpacker type of guy, and I'd rather build it up with something that I love doing, because then it doesn't necessarily even feel like work, and I feel like I'm doing a valuable service for my clients, people I'm coaching, and it all fits together nicely there. So, but that took time to figure out. Like, I wouldn't have known that 10 years ago, maybe not even 5 years ago, about myself. So, and I went through and had all sorts of different jobs and experiences, and I think it's important to kind of try everything out. Like, I did trade crypto for a while. I was like that guy sitting on my computer at 3 a.m. And so like you go through those different chapters, and then you kind of figure out what actually matters. And then I think if you're really serious about it, like you do got to find a way to monetize your passion, and that can be challenging. And I've had to, learn the hard way about that as well. Made some really stupid choices, and trying to get out of that now. So so it's all good. Like, it's just part of the journey. I'm not super worried about it though.
So what's your now the ultimate goals, like in general, like dream or goal? The world champion of Hyrox?
Yeah, that's the selfish one. I mean, that's the athletic one, right?
Yeah.
Like this stuff is all sort of inherently selfish. The time you spend to train and take care of yourself. There is that goal. I think the bigger goals are, with Thailand OCR, just getting more people, helping more people, getting them to do these races, challenging their own preconceived notions of what's possible. Same with Hyrox, just getting people to really just be healthier in general. Like, I look at family and friends, and I think it's the saddest thing when maybe deep down you could have helped them, but you never like had that sort of intervention, so to speak. And I'm just trying to do a better job of that with people that I love and care about, because it's a tough one. It can be really sensitive for some people, but at the end of the day, like, we're only here for a limited amount of time, and I think some people suffer a lot more than they need to, because they're just so unhealthy for so long. So a lot of it comes down to like my own just big beliefs, and taking personal responsibility for your health, helping other people around you, and just getting people, especially in the era of smartphones that we're in, to use these things as tools, as creative content, less about consumption, and then just making some sort of effort every single day to be physical. I think that's just like the biggest remedy, and that's what's going to help humans, like physicality, like working out, and then connections, like what we're doing now. It's so important.
Even on the family and everything, instead of like scrolling, like just every time when you want to scroll, then you call, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's
example,
it.
like exactly. The family, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, phone calls are just so rare now.
I think it's
people.
the dopamine. It's not give you the dopamine, so it's quite like sister, brother, and everything, because it's not give you the same dopamine. That's why people struggle.
Yeah.
Because the scrolling give you crazy amount of dopamine.
It does. Yeah.
And if family don't give you this one.
Yeah.
But you don't understand what you lose, because you can always scroll, but you cannot always scroll to family.
Yeah.
And like, it's a big factor, because you don't, looks like your body and your mind, and you don't have control on this one, so, but that's you can make it, like I said, trap, like, so what is important, scrolling or your family? Right?
Yeah.
And then you just call. Sometimes you just need to do, sometimes they're radical things, like, thinking about the death, or like, problems about something, like on the race you said about some crazy, ideas, concept, and everything, right? everything good it works, you know. Doesn't matter how stupid it looks like, you know. If it's working, it's working. It's effective, you know.
Yeah.
So like I said, like calling, you know, like a call, you know, and whatever, just call. Yeah, like people use the phone like not before. We remember when you're younger, people use phone to just have the meeting set up the meeting. Hey, you're at home, okay, I'm coming, right? But now they're using this one just to communicate with the people.
Yeah.
And they don't use for the contact with the people, like actually just meet them.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember at the time I only use phone to meet someone.
Yeah, it was to connect with people.
Just
Now it's to avoid people,
okay.
actually.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the opposite. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's really weird, man. Yeah. I don't mean, I guess I try to stay optimistic about what's possible for humans and tech, but it's also easy to kind of be quite pessimistic about it as well. So.
I mean, we cannot for sure like overthink about this, but at the same time, I think it's an important conversation because like nobody really like go deeper about this one and like create some amazing tools just to get us from this.
Yeah.
Like if we know there's some harmful, like why someone don't set up really proper things. Like, hey, you watch too much phone. It's It's like click this one. Like we have a phone to do it many things, right?
Yeah.
Let's communicate and we just take phone and we have this. Why cannot be the same value? Like someone make phone, someone make other device, turn off.
Yeah.
If our dopamine level go like this, we want to scroll, it's turn off the system. There's no way to take any other phone than this phone.
Yeah.
Why? Cannot. Yeah. It's the same technology like this make us here, you know, like they make ChatGPT. Why I can say, bro, if you see my level, I put my watch. If you see my dopamine level, if I want to take off the phone and I want to scroll, turn off my all devices, like or whatever, like, you know, like it just not exist because it's not. I mean, this is you know, the concept. It's not the big money was to put on this business.
Yeah.
Right. So the same like, you know, or the hospital and all the, you know, the pharmacological business. It's not designed to keep us on the healthy way, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You need to use more things, more unhealthy food, more unhealthy anything to sell more products, right? It's
exactly.
Big business, you know?
Exactly.
So it's the same time, you know, like you don't go doctors like, oh, you should go doctor with this, he can help you. Like, so I don't think so. He can help you how be more healthy, you know, like if the doctor not was healthy, you know?
Yeah, no, I know.
This is another case, you know?
I mean, they're obviously needed and it's an important part of the medical system, but it's like, to me, that's always the last resort. Like, you don't want to rely on doctors, medication. You know, that's, if you're extremely sick, yes, of course, you go to them, but that shouldn't be the first line of defense, right?
Well, there's always a reason why you're extremely sick.
That's the point, right? It's like sadly, a lot of it's self-induced or just environmentally induced, depending who you spend time around, and you know, you're just not taught this stuff from an early age. Like, we're not really taught about a lot of the things that I, you know, place at extreme value now. Like, I just never thought of this stuff even 10 years ago, like nutrition and wellness and technology and you know, personal money management, all these things you're never really taught about it. So good to learn at an earlier age, I would say.
Like, we basically need to unlearn now, you know, like because we learned this to be outside the phone, right? We know about it, so it was a great time. I see some videos about like who you are in the 90s, you know, you're like, you know, just a little younger than me, but it was crazy good time, you know, like you have more communication, community, people. Like, I go out and I come back when they call me and everything, you know. Now I need to, you know, tell even my daughter like what she can do outside. And I basically have a problem also, like I don't remember what I do outside. Just go outside and we just do some things, you know. Like, we just want to go out, you know.
Yeah, there used to be kids like actually hanging out at the park. And it's bizarre now. Like, especially every time I visit the U.S., like, you just never see people out walking or doing the stuff that I remember as a kid. Like, just playing outside is like a foreign concept for these
man.
kids
I just see one video and they show like kids like outside, like few kids when the phone is walking like this. And they looks like the Sims, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you just leave the Sims alone.
And
zombies. They look like this, like zombie. And like, oh my God, like, crazy.
Yeah, it's sad. Yeah. It's sad. That's something, I mean, I don't have children yet, but that's something I definitely have to think about. It's like, how do you manage this stuff with them.
Yeah, I think it's more about us because how we can teach them
true.
if we don't do the same, you know,
True.
if we don't
Yeah,
find
yeah, you got to
strategy.
lead by example for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
so I think this part because they have a harder because they're born with this.
Yeah.
So the amount of the dopamine, all the endorphin, I mean, connect with the, amount of the hours take them every day.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So it's very, I mean, it's possible. I don't say it's not possible, but it's hard work. So because it's like you don't understand many things, like why they're like this, And I like even ask my daughter like why you sad? And she's like, it's like something happened. Like I see you have a like Facebook, Instagram, whatever, which you have the TikTok, and then it's like so how you react like if you see like you post something and someone like your pictures. It's like yeah I like it, I feel good. It's like what if you see and after like few hours you don't see that many likes like you received before? I'm sad. So that's why you said like this? Yeah. And oh my god.
Yeah.
On this age was 11, 12, she was 12. It's like damn.
Yeah.
And it's like and how you deal with this, because you don't want to take the phone, but at the same time you need to be constantly like be aware, like and on this level, and I know I'm not much better than her,
Yeah.
and just try to teach her, and like damn, like I'm staying longer than her basically, and like damn, how I can do with this one, right? So there's the sample, you tell people, like that's why you said about your diet program and everything,
Yeah.
like you need to be the sample.
Yes.
You need to be the one who do it this one, then you can teach others, right?
Yeah. Going
Because
through
it's,
that.
I mean, I believe like you need to talk about this one because you also learn a lot if you communicate and make a conversation. Then you have a more awareness. That's why I say about ChatGPT. If you spend time with your phone with the ChatGPT and you talk about your problem, our concept and everything, and you talk together, it's like having the best friend.
Yeah.
But now is I mean, it's still better than scrolling, but then you have a friend like a ChatGPT, But it's still better, because it's allowed you to like maybe chase your dream, chase your passion, or do more better your business. So you use for the way how you can learn more on the problem what you have, and then get out from the not scrolling,
Right.
So it's just consuming. This one is basically very productive. You hear this like it
was amazing. It's
was-
super cool.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
real things,
Yeah. It's wild, dude.
Yeah, and I listen, and it's like, yeah, how I can prepare my podcast. My guest is like this. Give me some things, like, give me some meaningful. Give me some more, like, I can really touch some people's heart. And like, yeah, man, sure, I can get your point, like, fucking, yeah. I wish you best podcast with Gabe, I hope you do it well. I believe on you. Take care, bro. Like, let me know how it goes. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Like, damn, But yeah, but we should have people like this, you know?
Right.
We should have people like this, and everyone should chase to have one person in life. I say one person because there's concept like people say you'll be like the 5 person around you, right? But basically, many people don't have one.
Yeah.
Like, so what about 5 people?
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
like you tell me like I need to win the race, but I didn't even get out of my bed, right?
Yep.
Something like this. First, one guy, one person. Maybe start from ChatGPT,
Yeah,
like,
it could.
it's a
It
good
could,
concept, but
yeah.
it's good, because it's allowed you to see how important it is to have someone who talk to you and they
Yeah.
listen to you and everything. Because even if you talk, they listen and like, hey, I give you some concept about this one. Tell me what you think about this one, and then give you information.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, So we need to have people to talk,
For sure. Yeah, talk therapy. Super important.
What's the advice for the young generation? What do you want to give based off your experience, based off your lifestyle right now?
Oh, man.
Are you happy now?
I'm happy, yeah. I'd say I'm more content than I have been in a while.
Okay.
Just everything's sort of settled, and it's been more smooth the last couple of years.
Okay.
Even 2 years ago. Yeah.
How was this year for you?
It's been good, yeah. Business has been pretty good. There's a lot more I can build on. I think even this conversation was very insightful, looking
Yeah.
at some things. So I can do a better job on the marketing, sales side. But with the actual clients I have and like the day to day, I think it's really solid. Like I kind of like, I like the business I built because it fits in well with my lifestyle, and it's all sort of, it all meshes well together.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely, man. We are the best sample about this one,
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
business, passion, activity, sport, health, and everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a beautiful word because it's where we should go. You don't harm, you help.
Yeah.
So this is and the success of other people is like it's a great gift.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, I think like the biggest advice is sort of the whole theme of this podcast, which is like find the time to disconnect and connect with yourself, with your body, and just making that part of who you are, part of your identity, part of your lifestyle. Moving doesn't have to be running, doesn't have to be the gym, but something to really boost your hormones, your dopamine in a more natural way than just through the scrolling, right? And just doing that time and time again and understanding the importance of that, because I think that will ultimately then prevent people from falling into periods of loneliness, potentially alleviating people from depression, anxiety, and then health problems too, right? Less potential for obesity and diabetes and all these chronic illnesses. So I think like for me, movement is the biggest medicine, and it's the most underutilized one as well. So more people have got to be doing that, and that's my hope for the future.
So also like in general, like in Thailand, like how you like perceive like comparing even Thai people to the let's say American, you know, because I wanna tell you, I'll ask you about this one because there's a like wrong conception about even, you know, people abroad, you know, foreign, right?
Yeah.
Like we have a better there, everything looks better.
Yeah,
we are
yeah.
more handsome and everything, right?
Right.
So on your experience, even about the clients or the people in general, like what's the difference? What you see even about their approach or connect with the health and like fitness and be active?
It's a tough, like in Thailand, it's so interesting because I think it is a much more, it's good and bad. Like it's a much more image-based society. So I think people are more quick to judge others on the way that they look. Whereas like in the US, it's now a lot more, there's like a huge spectrum of what's kind of accepted. And the minute that you actually start to give, I would say like helpful criticism to someone, that's seen in a negative light. Whereas here it's still seen as sort of like a normal thing. Like, hey, you know, haven't seen you in a few years. Looks like you've aged a lot. You've put on some weight. You say that in the U.S., that's like maybe not so good, but here it's okay, which is just interesting, right? It's like a different cultural norm. But I think like, with Thailand, most of my clients I'd say it's sort of a mix. Like the Thai clients who I say have success are the ones who don't see themselves very different from me or like the other foreigners that are around them. Like they're just able to see us all as sort of humans. Whereas I think there's still sometimes a divide with people where it's like you said, they see them as like Thai versus Farang, which I think is sort of just a mental, I don't know, trap that you grow up in, and I don't think it's very helpful. So, like I like working with anyone. Obviously, there's the limitation with the language barriers and stuff a little bit too, but that's...
You don't learn Thai?
Didn't know. Need to get better for sure.
You can have the
teacher. That's the next thing on here. That's actually probably what I'll use first.
You have this like a teacher basically.
Yeah.
And funny because you can talk, and when you talk, they can tell you if you say good or not.
Yeah, interesting.
It's crazy. So if I like teacher basically.
Yeah, it's
today
cool.
I learned how to count, because I always ask Talai, but they answer me and like fuck the 1,000.
Yeah, it's
because I don't know the number, but I always ask how much, but I don't know how much what they say. So yeah, I mean it depends what someone's goal, right? If you have also Thai people and everything, it depends. There's always question like, oh, you should learn Thai.
Yeah.
And like, but I meet so many people, they know Thai and they don't use it. So,
yeah, true.
And I didn't meet many people who like really actually use properly and it was useful for the life, and was like, bro, like I changed my life 180 degrees for learn Thai. I never meet anybody like this.
Yeah, I think unless you're living in like Isan, like somewhere like way outside of Bangkok.
Or if you really do business with the Thai people and like
that's
connect. But
too.
I never meet a person like this, you know.
Right.
Because also if you do some business and you have people like grow and that, you know, do something like whatever, selling, you know, some really business, they also learn English. So
for sure.
Because they want to be better, they want to connect with the clients, maybe foreigners, whatever. So they learn English as well, right?
Yeah, true.
I also like understand their understanding, but it's not necessarily also for me like they need to know perfect. I also accept whatever they talk, and it's all about the communication.
Yeah.
So like it's accept everyone, and you can always communicate. You know, like
true.
Hey, ask them in the Thai language how I can go this one, and then right?
Yeah.
And then basically they say like me, like so they speak like me. I said, oh wow. So yeah, we need to use this as a tool, right? Like
Yeah.
everything, you know, everything can be harmful and can be blessed. You know,
For
depends
sure.
how you use this. Anything more? What you want to share with the world, with the universe?
Man, I think we've covered a
Was
good
good,
spectrum,
was
dude.
good, man.
It's
Yeah.
been really awesome. Yeah, just appreciate you having me on, and I think
Absolutely.
like all the topics. It's just interesting how it's all connected, right? Like this,
Yeah.
the sport and the technology and the dopamine and
Yeah.
like the sauna. It's all, I don't know, everything we've covered.
It looks like it looks like become more popular on the world what we live right now. The more popular people they talk about this one.
Yeah.
And before was quite like, oh, you do something, like not many people like. Now it looks like the trends. What I thought I'm the weird one. Now it's become like a trend, like telling me like Joe Rogan's #1 podcaster, and we talk about the I don't know mushroom trip, about fucking
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a sport, you know AI,
Yeah.
you know UFO and like all the things. So it it means something.
It
It's
does,
the
yeah.
top. And as more people connect with the sport and everything, they have a similar mindset, understanding. They have a problem, they fail. They have a people who are take drugs, they drink, and they problematic family, pathological lifestyle and everything, and they get out from this one and they share with the world like this on the podcast, and they still do the things. They still are athletes, yeah, like they do it on the pro level, but they
Yeah.
pass crazy story when you think like, wow. I always say like, how many people know Mike Tyson have a daughter, 4 years old, she died on the treadmill. How many people know about this one, right? So many people see this Francis Ngannou, right? The ex-fighter from the UFC champion. I think this year, like he have a daughter like 8 weeks old, and she also died, right? How many people know the son? Just people see the fight, people see the competition, people see him like, oh wow, Instagram and everything. Nobody know that everyone pass some, have story, the journey, and sometimes the way just to do it things. And I think it's the sport, and you are the best sample. That's why I was really like into invite you. I mean, I'm open for everyone, to be honest, but the point is like I want to have the people who, chasing someone, achieve on some level, and they show like they have the same story like everyone else.
Yeah.
And the people more used to connect with someone who has similar story, and they share with someone. It's like, bro, I was the same position. Like,
Yeah.
I don't born in the gym. I don't born on the fucking race.
Definitely not.
No, but like I came, like you said, wahi and everything, like a normal clothes
Yeah.
and everything, right? So, and people will be more, understand the stories. Like, oh, okay. So I don't need to have the expensive shoes. I don't need to, do it this one. I don't need to be #1. So I can go. It's like, yeah. And this is the beautiful story what I want to share, and I think we made it, man.
Yeah, man. It's been awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
dude.
man. Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy as well. The link to this dude will be on the description, so you can follow, join, and be the Spartan. How you say that? I always thought that they said "au," but they said
Aru. Yeah.
And it was on the movie, or that was separate?
I think that's separate, yeah.
Right, because of this movie, I hear this "au." Right?
Yeah, they
so I
kind
said,
of...
want to go like, what? They don't know how to pronounce. Yeah.
Aru, yeah.
I like the Spartan, like, even idea. I think it's even the brand. It's great.
It's
idea.
super good, man.
I
I
love
think they've done a really good job.
I
with
love
it.
the things with the movie and everything.
Yeah,
The shots,
dude.
showing the people, the beat and everything. Like, and it was a real story. So
Yeah, man.
be a Spartan.
That's
Keep in
it,
touch,
that's
guys.
it.
Thank you so much. Bye.